Holy moly.
Let me tell you something, brother.
The Blacks, brother.
Jeez. Why? Why am I watching Raw? Why am I watching Raw?
So we can see that moment and we can talk about it because it's our first show of the new year. So we had to because our favorite stick man, may he rest in peace, Big Gene. Hogan was back. Your boy. No, not your boy. Not your.
Man, almost.
I mean, he may call you boy.
He's gonna probably call me the N-word.
Careful now, sonny. Careful there, son.
And then tell me to go hang out with Moolah.
No. There's a phone call for Vince McMahon at Snickers again. It's like Vince, you had one job when Hogan gets to the back. One job. These are the people I said you can mention. No Moolah. That was the line.
Literally.
Habitual line stepper, Hulk Hogan. I showed him the line. Here's where he stepped over the line every single time. Oh.
And he paused. He rested on the Moolah.
He did you? I mean, he dropped the mic too. Like he really spit hot fire.
He didn't.
He did. Man, it's really hard seeing not for him, but like seeing people who actually had that skill like lose it like that. The only thing that was hot was the Mean Gene when he said that. And
the audience still didn't even like.
I would like to see what this looks like, not under the guise of a Raw taping, like just some fan camera, some phone camera, just to see like how
bad it really
was,
how quiet it really was.
That's the thing. I don't know how quiet it was. They like that was the wild part. So like I was watching more so the crowd than listening to Hogan, and it seemed like people were like recording, so they weren't necessarily cheering. And they weren't necessarily booing. They were just taking in a moment with kind of giving him a courtesy cheer.
Nah, I think that they know that the American audiences are loud. So according to WWE, any noise is a good noise. So I think them knowing that, they were like, nah.
Well, let me tell you, brother, that Hulkamania chant was didn't go anywhere tonight.
And talk about someone that has no luster.
As it should be here in 2019. Sorry, Hulk, your time is up.
It's been up.
My time is now.
33 years ago.
It's the franchise. Yep, my time is now.
How did you get there?
I said his time was up.
But our time is now. Yo, what is up, guys? It is 3 Count Nation.
Happy New Year to you, pal.
Oh, yeah. Greatness.
Bro, that was solid. I like that.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Good. I was like, what's he doing? Oh, he got me. I knew it. As soon as I thought it, I was like, oh, he got me. Solid. Bro, welcome to 3 Count Nation. First episode of the new year.
2019.
2018
is officially
over.
In the books.
Let's recap our in 2018 because we put off doing this episode because of how bad wrestling. Well, okay, wrestling isn't really been bad.
I would say eventful.
Yeah, it's been an eventful, but like kind of good, kind of bad, eventful type of month for December, and we'll get into it in the news for sure. But just the level for me. When it's December, Wrestle Kingdom is it. Like, getting to January is the wrestling time. Like, New Year's, that's when I'm ready for wrestling. But usually WWE gives me enough not trash wrestling that I can power through the slog of the winter that's been oddly not winter here in the City of Wind. But this year was exceptionally bad.
For December?
It was a December to remember. Wait, I'm sorry. A December to dismember?
You should just stop. You should just stop while you're behind.
Remember Bobby Lashley was in ECW.
World champ.
World champ.
Yes. Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon. Bobby Lashley is the reason we have Vince McMahon in the do-rag.
Yes.
Is that a good... Like, let's consider that, first of all. When we talk about do-rag history now,
No one ever gives credit to Vinnie Mac.
Vince McMahon has somehow weaseled his way into do-rag history. The only billionaire to rock a do-rag on
with a
championship belt.
World championship belt.
No, it wasn't The Rock. He wasn't rocking do-rags. He had $1,200 shirts
Vince
and very
McMahon
fancy shades, but Vince McMahon,
two-time world champion,
in a do-rag.
A billionaire.
A do-rag. I think the worst part too was when Vince wasn't like showing off the guns, so he would just be wearing them ugly ass sweatshirts with the do-rag, and it's like, bro, at least go full on hood nigga with the tank top. He already somewhat had that jail. He had that jail body. He already had that halfway jail body. He big swole self. You know he wanted. You know he could have did that.
But he didn't want to. He wanted to be Rocky.
Yeah, imagine Vince McMahon in New York City doing pull-ups on like a corner.
Street lamp. 1 billion.
Shane, count me down right here. We gotta go to the bodega and give me some oil. I gotta leather up a little bit.
And then imagine Shane McMahon counting, but he's like doing this little shimmy around him while this man's doing pull-ups.
Shane McMahon in his nicest Jordans watching his dad do pull-ups in Tim's and a do-rag.
Vinnie Mac always wanted to be a New York nigga.
He really wanted to be black, didn't he? There was a time I really believe, wow. Wrestling is weird, isn't it?
2018 was no better.
No. You know what? 2000... Do we want to give our... Do we want to do news first, or do we just want to get into it?
Yeah, let's tackle the news.
Yeah, because
I think
this has been
interesting. New wrestling promotion.
Yeah, let's start. Let us start there. We'll get to the sad news later. The Bucks did it. The Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes have officially started their own wrestling promotion with
the co-owner
of the Jacksonville Jaguars and a premier English League soccer team. Yeah. So the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes have already jumped over Vince McMahon in terms of like having a company with more like worth than the WWE. Tony Khan's worth like billions. Like Vince McMahon's only worth a couple billion.
No. Tony Khan is worth, I want to say, like between 3 to 5.
Really, I saw 8 somewhere because Vince is still like in the tiny billions.
Vince McMahon not 5 bill because the deals, the TV, the network deals.
But didn't he sell half his shares to open up something else too? See, that was what I was, because everything I've read thus far is already kind of saying that the Young Bucks already can match like the funding of what the WWE has, because the Khans own the Jaguars. I mean, any NFL team is bringing you in billions, like hundreds of billions of dollars. Like it's wild. Are you looking that up for us? The worth?
Yeah, I'm looking up his net worth.
And English Premier Soccer, football, that is also a very, like, in terms of money making and drawing, if you own an NFL team and an English Premier League soccer team, you are super, super rich. Now, that's not to say that Tony Khan is rich himself, because his father...
Tony Khan is worth $4.5 billion.
Okay.
And Vince McMahon is worth $2.9.
There we go. So he's got a 2-point lead on him. And also, Khan has his family, too. Like, what's his dad? Because his dad fully owns the football team and the Premier League. So not only is he worth $4 billion, his pops is worth probably what? So yeah, I don't know. Let's try to even decide that.
Well, you also got like Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, and then you also have Shane McMahon.
Fair, yeah, but that's still under the guise of the WWE though. Like that's all money that let's not do. I think we're going in the wrong direction. I think we should look at.
I say it's going to be a fun money battle.
Yes.
And it also depends on what network.
Yes, it'll be interesting.
AEW will be able to get.
So All Elite Wrestling, the last rumor sort of news I read was that they were in talks with Time Warner.
Yeah, I heard that too, because someone was someone even said that they're even going to actually talk to one of Ted Turner's people.
That would be funny if they try to get back on TNT. Like I would be, like I was joking. Like I just got rid of HBO on my cable. Like I barely like watch TV, so like I didn't need HBO. But if I have to get TNT, I may do that. I may drop some money because that means I would also get USA back because I don't have USA either.
I'm only gonna get USA again for Mr. Robot whenever this final season comes out.
Exactly, but in terms of like if I have to upgrade my
USA would put it on AEW.
No. So my cable package right now.
Oh, USA and TNT will be included.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because I'm doing the bare bones because like I don't watch TV and like I watch all my wrestling online. So I would like to maybe not watch all of said wrestling online and maybe actually watching on my TVs. So what do you think? Like you were kind of talking about the money battle. Like where do you the amount of talent because.
Well, it all also depends on where people go.
Yeah.
Because contracts in WWE are coming up, contracts in TNA, contracts in Ring of Honor, New Japan, everywhere.
Bro.
And good talent.
Yeah, that's
good talent.
There is a glut of good talent everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, before I go with the talent, Double or Nothing, All In 2 basically.
Yeah, they said it's going to be in Vegas.
It's going to be in Vegas. The details for the event will be revealed tomorrow because we're recording today, January 7th. The reveal will be the 8th at Jacksonville Jaguar Stadium. Obviously, they're going to have...
That's also where SmackDown is going to be.
Yeah, I was say, like, you beat me to the punch, John. I had a good setup there. But, yes, SmackDown Live is there. So, will the Bucks and Cody over-under... Or Double or Nothing? Double or Nothing. Do you think they'll show up to SmackDown again?
They're going to invade, and then another writer's going to get fired for taking a picture with him.
So will they show up in an actual tank or a Jeep with a gun on the back of it?
DX never rode on a tank.
That's right. Don't you forget that. And jet fuel does not melt steel beams. Keep that in your back of your minds, people. Stay woke. Wrestle woke.
I don't know what just happened.
I threw a conspiracy theory in there with my wrestling conspiracy. Solid work, brother.
I do want to actually talk about wrestling conspiracies one day, though. That should be an episode.
Dude, that should be one of our video episodes. Ooh, we're thinking of new things. Okay, here are all the names, or some of the names, that are available as of today, January 7th. I'm going to save the big two for last. I'm going to go with the smaller ones. Rocky Romero of Roppongi 3K Chaos, staying with New Japan. Chase Owens, my boy, crown jewel of Bullet Club, is back in Bullet Club. Him and Yujiro joined back up with Bad Boy and Tama and Tangaloa. So Chase is staying in New Japan. My boys of SCU, SoCal Uncensored, they signed with AEW.
Word?
Yes, they did.
Wow.
They signed their contracts.
Yeah, because they didn't renew with Ring of Honor.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So here's where we get interesting. Where you gave these are the names that I forgot that you gave me. Old School Bullet Club, OGBC, Gallows, Anderson, and AJ Styles. Now, I need a theory from you.
Mm-hmm.
Does Styles stay for the money and the time to stay with his family here in America, or he can still go anywhere and match up with anybody? Can you believe we can still possibly get Pac versus AJ Styles in the year of our goddess 2019? Like that can happen somewhere.
It might happen at AEW.
That can happen there.
My theory is, WWE, because they've been in theoretically contract negotiations supposedly since November, and they still haven't come to a deal. With Daniel Bryan, they made a deal within weeks.
Yeah.
So with AJ Styles, I believe he's already had 2 U.S. title reigns, 2 lengthy WWE title reigns. I think he's did what I need to do, and he could probably get the same amount of money at AEW. So
you know what, that is a great point. Because I always like to, because I'm not going to lie, I've fallen in love with New Japan Wrestling. I enjoy the style. I just kind of love the direction it's going. I'm sure there are people who don't agree with a lot of the things and changes happening with New Japan right now, but I think they have a bright future ahead of them.
Nah, their future's sharp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, their
but
future's sharp.
but that's the thing though. My whole thought process, even with AEW, still because it's still so fresh, is that because it's still so fresh. I still think that AJ Styles and OGBC, like Styles and Gallows, can go back to Japan and still be over. They can stay here
in the States
and do the same thing and get the crowd that like really wants to see them like do stuff.
Thing.
Yeah, they can do that here in the States now. Like because even if we think about them going to Impact, it's not the same. Not that was. They wouldn't have the same. Damn it! They wouldn't have the same impact.
Yikes! You did all that just to do it.
I didn't want to do it. Like I was searching my brain. It's like, dear thesaurus in my mind, give me another word for impact.
Did you just call the thesaurus a thesaurus?
Yes. Wow. Listen, I'm a little bit country, okay? Thesaurus. Okay. The ice box. Okay, give me a break. These things happen. But we can see them here. And that can be... Dude, imagine seeing OG Bullet Club versus The Elite.
Why would we see that again?
No, dude, not that Bullet Club. OG Bullet Club.
I get that, but like...
They didn't wrestle, though. They were ships in the night. Gallows and Anderson... Styles not first. Yeah, and Styles got kicked out. They didn't wrestle. They just beat his ass.
I'm saying, I don't think they're going to do that though. Because
I don't know. That's my wish. This is my
why
fantasy.
Why do you want to see that?
When I started watching when I started watching New Japan, the Young Bucks were still juniors in the tag team division, and the Gallows and Anderson were crushing everything in heavyweight. I think they could put on a solid tag match against each other. And now that Bucks, they clearly have respect for each other. Like they're still like all Bullet Club for life, but I wouldn't mind seeing them wrestle each other. Especially now the Bucks are actually heavyweights and their styles are a little bit different, but it's still I think it'll be fun to watch against Gallows and Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. Because I was actually supposed to speak in like a 6-man match with like Cody and the Bucks versus AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson. Oh, your head did a thing there. See,
I kind of just want to see Cody versus AJ.
Now you made my face do a thing.
Yeah. Heel Cody.
Heel Cody. That was one of the disappointing things of New Japan of the Wrestle Kingdom was heel Cody versus Juice. They had that match. That third match was not as good as the first two, but we'll get there. My things I enjoyed for 2019.
The reason why you didn't enjoy it is because your statement you made earlier about you prefer the New Japan style. That style was all pure WWE for their match.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
You did.
I watched that match.
Watch that.
Yeah.
That's the match. That show was amazing. Dude, we used to have like 6 names.
Yep.
And Shinsuke Nakamura, who I'll definitely talk about on my best worst list of 2018. Shinsuke is also his contract is also up this year.
I think he's gonna stay with WWE. I don't think he's going anywhere.
You think he's going anywhere?
Nah.
I don't think he. I think it's still between here and going back to Japan and New Japan. But I'm just saying it's a decision he makes. I think ideally he comes back because I think the WWE would tell him that we still have a run in with you with something, and they do. They should. They still haven't booked him to win.
They need to give him the Intercontinental Championship, like
he ran the IC title.
Yes,
in
he made that
Japan.
belt great again.
Oh, dude, yeah, dude.
So it's like I'm not saying Intercontinental. I don't. They don't care about the U.S. Championship belt, which is why I don't even.
Which is a shame.
Which is why I don't even care about that run.
It's which is also one of my top. Yeah. So I'm kind of I don't see Shinsuke moving, but also I don't know because. I don't know.
Because I think he still wants that match with Daniel Bryan.
I think he does too, and it would have to be him going face because I think Daniel Bryan heel Vegan Man is here to stay, which I'm totally down for because fickle. Speak, not fickle. Swerve. Shane Swerve Strickland. Actually, we have 3 wrestlers from Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
Swerve Strickland and then the Lucha Brothers.
Yep.
Penta El Cero Miedo and his brother
Ray Phoenix Jr.
Yeah, that's right. Ray Phoenix, he was, God, I could watch Ray Phoenix do anything. That dude is an amazing wrestler. He is so good at what he does. Those 3 have those weird Lucha Underground contracts, so basically they can't wrestle anywhere that has other, like... So here's what confuses me about their contract, because maybe you could help kind of clear this up. Lucha Underground Season 4 has been filmed, right? And is done in the can?
I think so. Or like the first half.
Okay.
I think I think they recently finished filming the second half.
Okay.
And they're gonna air it later this year.
Okay. I routinely watch the Lucha Brothers and Shane Strickland on my television on on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. For MLW.
For MLW.
Yeah.
So is it just they have a working relationship with them?
Yeah, they got a working relationship with Ring of Honor.
Oh,
not Ring of Honor.
I was like,
No, it might be with Ring of Honor. I know they got one with Impact because Johnny Mundo.
Yes.
And what's the black guy's name? Rich Swann.
That's right. That's right. I forgot the Rich.
So I know they have that. So I think but any other promotion that they don't have a working agreement with, they can do like independent shows, but they can't like show on like another promotion on TV. And YouTube isn't actually broadcast or like on a network.
Because
so that's how they also can allow them to do that.
Gotcha. Are they, dude? Shane Strickland, Phoenix, and Penta have mad options. I would love to see them anywhere. If any of those 3 went to Japan, whoa. Whoa, but they stay. I think they stay here though.
I need them in NXT. I need all of them to go against Ricochet.
Of course you want them in NXT.
4-way.
Of course you want them in NXT. That would be sploosh all over the place.
Yeah.
Dude, the glut. Won't somebody think of the glut? Won't somebody think of the glut? There's such an overabundance of talent in NXT. It's gross. It's a gross misuse of talent because there are people going to.
Talent?
No,
you should see the WWE's women's division.
I just keep throwing you lobs. I'm just giving them to you right down the middle tonight. I'm glad you're knocking them out the park because, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there with that. We're saying like we'll get there because we were foreshadowing lots of things for our list.
Who else we got on the list?
Now, for me, this is my big 2. I have Kenny Omega. What else needs to be said? The man's been crushing it, putting on million-star matches.
Literally, the current hottest free agent on the market.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, he just had one of his better matches against Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom. That was so good. It was so good. Was it
no
top 5 for me? No,
but it was good.
But it was a damn fine match. It's hard for me to see him not going anywhere but AEW. I don't see him going anywhere else. Yeah, you see another. You look at you, fucker, in these faces.
So peep this. This is gonna sound far fetched, but
the Pokemon.
I don't have a stick in my hand, but. Peep this. So, remember how WWE made a whole sticking about the Mixed Match Challenge winners being 30s in both of their respective Rumbles?
Yes.
So, R-Truth, not from the company, but in a wrestling or storyline standpoint, he is dispensable. He is disposable. He could get hit with a one-wing angel. We don't see that, though. We just see his ass cleared out.
I mean, we've already established that. Like, Sami Zayn established that last year when he kicked what's-his-face. That,
at the 10.
At the 10.
They've done that several times in the Rumble before. But this time, because we expect it to be our truth, but it's not. It's going to be...
It's going to be Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega. The cleaner.
I don't. Please, no.
And we're going to get him versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
He better get everything under the sun. They better give him creative control, some title runs. They better be like, yo, if you want to have the Bucks do a special Saturday Night All In WWE Turnabout Weekend Mania.
You know what they're gonna do though, don't you?
Like,
if he ever comes, they're just gonna put him in the tag team with Seth Rollins and have Rollins turn on him.
No, which would be even worse.
See, you know I'm not lying.
Which would be worse for all parties involved. All parties involved. You know, the worst part about this, as we talk about the Glutton NXT, we're literally seeing the call-ups on the ad right here. Like, EC3, Lacey Evans, my boy Stakes and Weight, Heavy Machinery. They're all making their way to Raw tonight. And also Lars Sullivan, apparently. Remember when Lars Sullivan was a free agent and they were like vying for his talent? And then they shit the bed. Just massively.
Yeah.
And basically had to try... Like, oh my god. Let me get to this last name and then we'll get to finally like dunking on 2018. Kushida will rock you. He is one of my favorite wrestlers in the world.
I didn't know he was 35. Yeah.
I didn't either. That man is
Man.
You saw the mask
today.
You saw the mask he wore. The kid wore from right.
You said the mask.
There's a little kid wore a mask of him for his entrance to Wrestle Kingdom, and it looked just like.
Wow.
It just looked just like Kushida.
Wow.
Like his face, like his age, like
yeah.
I'm 34, and I understand. I get it. I look really young, but it's like, okay, good for you, Kushida. I'm glad I'm not the only one around here looking like a child. Looking like a child. They're like grown as hell. Like I'm out here being 35 and still be like, how old are you?
You get carded?
Yes. I was
just
like,
grow your beard out, yo. It doesn't matter that it doesn't connect.
Yeah, I know. Never that. I like my feminine.
Smack yourself
with some alcohol. I just love my feminine looks
with smack my yourself
skin,
with some alcohol.
With my nice, clean, clear skin. I love it.
Never shaving my beard again.
Listen,
I look like a child.
I hate shaving, but to keep my nice little youthful looks, I'll take that L. I'll take that. So
I hope he goes to 205 Live.
Kushida would crush it if he made it to 205 Live.
Kushida versus Tommy. Kushida versus Alexander. Kushida versus fucking Leo Rush. Like, yo.
Yes.
Like, yo.
Yes.
Like, he... In my mind, 205 Live, like, fucking Kushida versus Buddy Murphy, yo!
Yeah, I mean, he is the champ, right?
Yo!
He is the champ of the whole damn thing. So, my whole thing is... If Hideo Itami, who is just as big as Kushida, didn't get that tick, but also Itami has been an injury prone since he's been in NXT. Yeah. So maybe this could be different. This could be massively different from what Itami's thing is. But Twitter is not being kind about that. People like the matchups, but everybody I think is still stuck on the ghost of Itami because
Itami's actually, as a heel now, his injuries have been less. If we actually paid attention to once he was no longer a babyface as a heel, he's been less injury prone.
Working a different style basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So the style switch is actually working in his favor, and I think because of that, he's probably going to get the championship at the Rumble if he beats Cedric Alexander with the number one contendership.
So are they doing like a cruiserweight Royal Rumble?
No. They're having a number one contenders match, I think, tomorrow night.
Okay. So, I'm going to freely admit, I am 2 weeks behind on NXT. I have yet to watch NXT UK. I am 3 weeks behind on 205 Live. Like, I am more so I've been watching a lot more independent stuff than I've been watching the E. And I don't want it to be like that. Also, I haven't had the time. December was also a crazy month in general for like just personal professionals. So having those 2 weeks off were definitely needed from like not doing work and not doing the show.
Yeah, I didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, I slept.
Yes.
I slept. So
that's probably where we were both up last
yeah,
night.
right? Because we just slept too dang much. Dude. So let's fucking get into 2018 because we slept so much because of how fucking rough 2018 was. And sometimes wrestling in 2018 was also just as rough. But there were good things too. Let's not act like there wasn't good shit happening in the wrestling because there was a bunch of great talent that did really fucking dope things. We had great shows. I got to attend some of said series shows.
Oh yeah, you went to All In.
Yeah. It's incredible, like, being a part of, like, when this fandom, because we're all part of fandoms, whatever you're a part of, it's a fandom. That's the lexicon for these things these days.
Nah, I'm part of a cult.
Well,
we sent people to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, I keep forgetting you're Yu-Gi-Oh! So you're a part of a cult and a fandom. So that's cool. I think I'm probably part of a cult too somewhere in there.
Several.
So yeah, actually I'm part of a couple of cults. So yeah, my cults and my fandoms they're all running together essentially. And when the fan base and the rest of our cult are truly into the shit, it's wonderful to like talk wrestling or talk whatever our shit may be, and just like vibe together and connect on that level. And it's been really good for that. Really been fun for that. I've had a lot of friends. I'm just like, we were talking about wrestling stuff. I was texting my best friend this afternoon. She was talking about possible Kenny Omega scenarios after I showed them to you. I completely forgot until like right now. I was talking about it. What's up? You heard somebody's knuckles crack, baby? It wasn't nobody sneezed though. It's okay. It's okay. So leading in with that. Let's go our least, right? Let's do our least first, and then end with the good stuff. So you go fourth.
Yeah. So it's actually a great segue from your statement about how like once the community is together, it's amazing. But when the community is just being shit, it's trash. So wrestling community, I got beef with you. Ooh. Or had beef with you for 2018.
Sizzle that beef, bro.
Yeah.
Sizzle it, bruh.
Yeah, so you guys were complaining all year. Oh man, we're tired of Roman Reigns main eventing. Why is Roman Reigns always the main event? And then they switched it up for us at Extreme Rules, and then you guys are just counting down every minute. 10, 9, 8, 7, etc.
Yeah, Cat.
All the time. Why? Like, for what? And it's just like, you guys wanted this for so long, and it was that was
before that match got wore the fuck out. That was at its peak.
Yes.
That was just at its peak, and that crowd fucked them up.
And it was a good match.
And it was a great match. We were sitting here watching that bad boy.
Yeah.
And then, because at first I wasn't paying attention to the count, and I was like, wait a second, are they counting? And it was like, we just started, I was like, oh my gosh. And it got so bad, they took the clock off the Titantron, and then it got worse. It's just like, come on.
You can audibly hear Seth Rollins say, "Where'd the clock go?"
Ugh.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yes. So, wrestling community, you all kind of shit the bed in 2018 in my book.
You know what? I will say this about the wrestling community: less CM Punk chants. They are ever so slowly withering away. I kind of wish they do the Thanos thing and just go away, because
that and the what chant can both kick rocks.
I think Daniel Bryan put a nail in that coffin when it's to the commercial. Yeah, it goes back to automatically.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Daniel Bryan put a coffin in the what chants when he like that was like one of my favorite promos of the year. When he basically they went what the first time, and he like called them out. He's like a couple of like marks like repeating a chant that's like decades old, and it was like, oh, jerks. That's what you get. And they were silent for
fickle.
Fickle. Daniel Bryan making the marks take notice.
So now I gotta look at Daniel Bryan slightly different. Because is he an asshole in real life? You know what I mean?
I don't know. He's so good at it.
Right?
But that's the thing. Maybe we're just so used to always just seeing him as the nice dude Like, I mean, okay, no. It's been a long time since the AJ Daniel Bryan together thing, because he was also a big time jerk in that during that time when he got kicked in the face and lost to Sheamus in like 3 seconds. That, you remember that?
Oh,
yeah.
the 10-second
match. The 10-second match.
10 seconds, yes.
Yeah.
When he kissed AJ Lee. In my head, I was thinking of Styles. I'm like,
yeah, no, AJ.
There are two AJs.
Was that the first Mania we watched together? Or was that still early?
Nah, that was the year before.
Okay.
No, that was 2 years before, because that was 3 years before.
Because the first one
27.
Right, because the first one was like when
it was 30.
It was 30, right?
30, because that was on the network.
That's right.
Yeah, that was fake Daniel Bryan. That was good guy Daniel Bryan.
That was
the
good
underdog.
guy DB.
The one who stopped the show because people were obsessed with yelling shit.
Oh my gosh.
I agree. Absolutely. I concur.
Indeed.
Right?
Absolutely.
And now they're just fickle. But yeah, that's my beef with the audience.
Okay. Should I mine? The death of Rusev Day ruined it. They had a great build.
Wait, that's your least favorite?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
not like that's like your least. I mean,
yes.
That's like.
It was so. Here's the problem.
It's not your most hated worst thing.
Here's the problem. I kind of wanted it to be, but then I thought about
other stuff.
Okay. I was like, nah. But my major frustration is that this man, Vince McMahon, whole thing is the reach for the brass ring, right? Go out there and get it for yourself. What does Rusev do? He gets Rusev.
Zack Ryder did.
He does his own thing, gets Rusev Day over, gets a man in Aiden English to carry this great song as a promo to open each match. You got a fucking calendar where every day was fucking Rusev Day.
And you had a hot blonde next to you.
And you got the blonde. I mean, he could have been a face or heel, and it wouldn't have mattered. He could have owned everything on SmackDown.
Oh, and they also had a 3-minute blow-off match.
Let me get there, please. Let me get there. That's what I'm leading up to, because here's the thing. You could have gotten to the point where you got Rusev over, you made Rusev champion, and that's the thing. It didn't matter what champion. He actually could have elevated that U.S. title back to kind of where he was when he was Haas, when he was Tank Rusev. I'm riding into WrestleMania on a fucking tank Rusev, and
he still lost.
Well, that was because he was fighting American John Cena. America can't lose when John Cena's winning.
I miss the old Iranian sympathy.
I miss the days of John Cena wearing those Russian colors and coming out with Nikolai Volkov. And, him and John would just come on up to the ring and just sing the Russian national anthem, and it would just be. Those are the great days. The 80s were so wild. I miss those days. But Rusev Day, dude.
Yeah,
they had that right here.
They want it.
And that's the thing. It didn't just derail Rusev. It derailed Aiden English. You could have got that,
Where is he?
Dude. Oh, don't do that to me. Because my whole thing is that you could have Rusev with whatever title. You could have had the Rusev. Yeah, Rusev D could have been burned to the ground by Aiden English and his dramatics, and you could have had a whole feud there. There was Aiden English and Rusev and Lana did a really good job of telling a really great story up until SmackDown decided they didn't need it. And then they got that blow-off match and that stupid accusations of an affair. And then they tried to and then they did this weird switch with Rusev to Rusev, his actual self from Total Divas, which was fine. But it was kind of a weird turn from him still kind of being badass Rusev Day and being kind of that. You know what I mean?
No, I don't watch Total Divas.
Okay, I don't watch it either. I more so watch clips of it. And every clip of Rusev, he is first off, he seems to be a really nice person. First of all, and like he seems to really just love Lana, and like he just seems to be very free about himself and who he is as a person. So it makes sense that Rusev is really good at getting himself over because he's very comfortable in his own skin. And you can tell he exudes that on a reality TV show that is very clearly scripted. He doesn't come off as scripted. In clips. Because that's the thing. Like, I don't watch the show. I watch clips and GIFs of Total Divas. So everything I've seen of Rusev has been like 2 to 5 minute clips or like GIFs. And he comes across as this really just genuine dude. Having said that, bringing that into the Rusev Day stuff all of a sudden towards the end when like they're trying to get over the fact that him and Lana are married and like Aiden should be trying to cheat on him. Like Aiden English is married. Like and most people like know that.
To a Guerrero.
Yeah, right? So it was a hard left and then it fizzled out badly. It stopped, yes. And I guess the epilogue to this for 2019, which goes into my worst, is that he finally became champion. I'm not gonna say who he beat, because that's my worst part of 2019 was that. But he has a title run now. And it's like we were waiting for that 2 months ago. We needed that
2 months ago,
bro.
You mean like 6 months ago?
No. Here's the thing. They still had time to not fuck it up with time in October. That's what I'm saying. They still had time to still.
And they gave us a 3-minute match on TV.
Yes. You know, they had so many opportunities to put it somewhere, and they did what you said. They put it on TV. What was it in a blow off match for 3 minutes?
Yeah.
What? That's not going to get me invested in this story anytime soon. And I think that's the one thing we as fans understand the most is to watching a good story being told in wrestling. Like when it's done well in the ring and outside the ring, we're engaged. When it feels like they're not, either the wrestlers are not being given enough creatively or they're not being given enough time to actually show what they could do in the ring or with like the person on their spots, everybody loses. We as fans lose. The wrestlers lose because they don't feel like they're getting themselves over. They don't get a chance to actually spotlight who they are. And then the WWE loses because we don't want to watch them. Because there are plenty of places for me to go take my business and watch wrestling anywhere. And like that's like one of the great parts of like us talking about wrestling is like the WWE is not end all be all wrestling. It just isn't. And it still feels like at times they treat us like they are. Which, in a business model, hurry capitalism, that's what they're supposed to do. But Comrade Kenny is not a fan. Also, John Cena, Russian John Cena, I need to buy a draw for that. Like, 80s John Cena in like full-on Nikolai Volkov 80s WrestleMania gear. I just need that in my life. Or Shiki Baby John Cena variant. John Cena as the or Iranian sympathizer John. Listen, John Cena variants. Listen, if we can have John Cena variants, can I get a Scott Steiner John Cena variant where John Cena just raps like random math problems? Yes!
2 times 69.
You know that would be sick. Like John Cena times Steiner, brother. Oh my God, Scott Steiner was sick.
And then you add your 2 cents. Because I didn't want to mind my own business, so you got to subtract my opinion, which is another 2 cents from your 2 cents.
2 cents
and
and
then you add the collective dollar of the mine, and then you get pizza.
And you can't see me. You can't even see this math. It's like, whoa, Scott Cena.
And then I'm going to smack those fat asses.
Whoa, Scott Cena Steiner. What is happening here? How did we get here?
John Steiner.
Yo, John Cena is a creative character, so that's just like everything we just said. It works for him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Give me your next one.
So my number 3 for worst of 2019 is 18 is losing Roman Reigns, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, there was no way I could not have this on my list. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna that's my 3. So
Your 3 as well. Okay.
We can share share that. We can own that one. Let's talk. That. Okay, so I remember exactly where I was when he made the announcement because it was the week after we recorded, and I said I wasn't going to watch.
Yeah.
Like explicitly said on the show, I wasn't watching it because you had already been like you hadn't been watching it. I felt like a jackass because that was right after that last Raw where it was just the complete shits, which was also no fault of Roman Reigns, by the way. I was out, just hanging out, chilling, and I was like on Twitter, and I was like, well, I felt like all my wrestling friends are still watching Raw, so I was like, hey, what's happening on Raw right now? And my boy Kelly Harass, the Voices of Wrestling, what's up, Kelly? He just took just deadpan. He was like, Roman Reigns has cancer, and he's leaving. He's taking leave of absence for like health. And I was like, wait. I did that whole like Drake meme where I looked at it like, I just looked, and I just kept looking, and I was like, wait, somebody's fucking with me.
I swear I thought the same thing. I'm like, this is a really tacky story.
This is a really bad story. That was the first thing I thought, John, because we're so into this damn shit we call wrestling. Everything's a fucking work to us. This, in fact, was not a work.
Nope.
And what's more surprising is that, and more just makes me respect makes me respect Roman Reigns more, is that he's the second time battling cancer. He dealt with it as a football player while he was playing in college at Georgia Tech. And he told nobody, besides the players and his coaches. And for that man to still play football, to still kept that shape too, because he was still pretty
big dude.
He was still a pretty big dude. And to do that, to come back and to wrestle, and to be as consistent a wrestler, you can talk all day until you're blue in the face about how you have been you've been choked with Roman Reigns. I want you to go talk to Alexa Bliss, because she would like to tell you, no, she's choking you more. Her 2018, she was driven down our throats more so than Roman Reigns. And
Charlotte too?
Yes. Like, those two we got blonde, just blonded. Literally. Not even blinded, we got blonde-sided by the WWE last year. Roman Reigns was actually in some pretty, not even good, great matches.
Like usual.
Yes! Like, consistently good. And this also goes back to your point of the wrestling community. It is so easy to shit on somebody because of the things happening around him and not looking at like why he's in that position he's in. Like, Roman Reigns ain't there because Roman Reigns told somebody to put him there. Yeah, exactly. He's put there because Vince McMahon wants him there.
And he deserves to be there.
Honestly, he's proven himself every time. Why do you think Braun Strowman is in the spot he is in right now?
Why do you think Brock Lesnar is in the spot he's in right now?
Hey, why do you think our boy Drew McIntyre's in the spot he's in right now? Like, Roman Reigns has been a key ingredient to so many other wrestlers getting over. Even, dude, he had some 4-star matches with The Miz, which were like,
for the IC title.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
And let's tell you, my personal favorite Roman Reigns match though. Personal favorite.
Yeah, give it to me.
2016. Money in the Bank, where all 3 Shield members won. That's my favorite Roman Reigns match particularly because of the ending. Mm-hmm. Roman Reigns went for the spear, and bad guy Seth Rollins countered that to the pedigree for the 1, 2, 3. And then Dean came out and just like whacked his. It was just great.
My personal favorite is another one he didn't win was the WrestleMania match with him and Brock Lesnar when
31.
Yeah, when Seth cashed in. The storytelling told there just on his end when he realized that he didn't even get pinned to lose. He didn't get pinned. The fact that he got pinned.
Yes.
But he didn't even get a chance to do he took so many F5s. I remember sitting here just like cheering, like I couldn't believe it because I was in my Brock Lesnar shirt. I don't forget that, but I was
Paul Heyman.
Dude, I was a Paul Heyman guy shirt, and by the end of the night, I was here for Roman Reigns until Seth came in. It was like all bets are off.
That ramp was very long.
That ramp was super long. But until Seth got there, and even when Seth got in the ring, I was still like, this Roman could still win.
Yes.
Like, that was the ability for Seth, Brock, and Roman to have that match in that time period, in that space, in that brief amount of time. It's like, oh my god, what if they actually had a full match? A full
match.
triple threat match.
Because we've already seen Lesnar and Rollins in a triple threat match. Yeah. With a lesser version of Reigns, which is John Cena.
Yeah.
So imagine a better version.
Oh my gosh.
And that match was damn near match of the year in 2015. That triple threat. Best triple threat match of the year for sure.
Yeah,
in
I
2014.
want to go back and watch that. I forgot about that. Yeah.
No, sorry, 2015 at the Royal Rumble.
I forgot about that match. You're absolutely right. Was that heel.
Rollins? Yes.
Yeah,
he had the briefcase.
That's right.
The destroyed briefcase.
Yes, that's right. Yo, like Roman Reigns, he's first of all incredible human being. Does so much for the company. Does so much good promo. I think the one good thing about the WWE, which they've kind of screwed up the way Stephanie McMahon talks about their philanthropy as just another business model, but a lot of the actual wrestlers are very honest and they seem to be very like they're really about it. There doesn't seem to be a facade about that. Even your boy Randy Orton, who I don't even get down with, seeing him interact with like fans and other folks, he gets it.
Yep.
And he understands it, and the energy he pours in his matches, he pours in his people. Like,
I think it's because he's a bad guy again.
Yeah, he definitely that. He looks happier. I'm not gonna lie. Like, but I said that.
As a bad...
Randy Orton. But I would say that to you. I was like, why do they say that this man being his weird face? Like, he is the quintessential bad guy. Or any anti-hero. Don't wreck that.
Yeah.
Don't ruin that with your silly.
He was actually a really cool anti-hero bad guy. I'm not even gonna lie.
Dude, when his run,
the Wyatt house.
Yeah, that dude. His feud with Triple H, man. Like when they were like going back and forth, and he was just ruthless, and like he was that Viper. He was going after Vince and Stephanie. I was like, yo,
he punted Vince.
Yeah, that was some good shit.
Mm-hmm.
But to bring it back to Roman though, like,
and they had a really good match in 2014 at not Night of Champions, SummerSlam 2014. That was like Roman Reigns' coming out match. Dude. If we're being completely honest, I'll put it like this: once his mic skills caught up to his in-ring ability. You mean once they stopped giving him a hella scripted and he actually started?
Wait, sniffling succotash? You didn't like that?
Suffering
succotash?
Who would like that?
Hey man, Vince loved that shit. Come on, Vince was like, that's the good shit. He said it right. God damn, he said it right. Good shit, Roman.
Yo, what if that was a work?
Yo, I was like, let's see if you'll actually say this dumb shit. Ha ha ha! God damn!
He said it!
He said it! He's made for life. God damn, he is the Rock's cousin. Just goes with it. God, fucking A. But,
I actually watched that promo recently.
Have you? Oh my gosh, I have not. I
the
only keep in my mind.
Without that line, the promo would have just been decent.
Dude,
like now.
And he tried to sell it too. He even put his whole body into that. He put his whole body into that. He really did put his whole body into that, and it does not go for him. It did not work out.
But yeah, Roman Reigns is missed.
I still think about him every day. I hope he's recovering well. I think Seth Rollins said that he seems to be actually ahead of schedule, which wow. If true, that's really awesome. I'm just for his family and for him, health first and foremost. So, take your time coming back.
I was Seth Rollins. When they announced his leukemia.
Oh my God! So it didn't hit me until I finally sat down and I watched. I actually turned on the TV and I was like, oh shit, I gotta watch this. And it was just like, oh, watching Seth Rollins as it's like you just every emotion of just sadness hits you, because we all have a family member who's gone through cancer or survived cancer or passed away, and it's very hard to be confronted with that in your TV show, in your scripted fiction, your scripted nighttime show. It's hard to see that, and not because you don't want to see it, just you don't want to see anybody going through that.
Yeah.
So he is never far from my thoughts, and I hope we get this. I hope that 2019 is his year, and even if it isn't, it ain't gotta be.
Yeah.
Even if he just comes
Take
back.
your time, big dog.
Yeah, exactly. Even if he just comes back and just says hi.
Right.
That's it. That's all I really meant. Like he ain't
but
gotta.
it did lead to one of the greatest, one of the best turns of the year, though.
Oh yeah.
Because they won the tag team. Seth and Dean won, and then Dean turned on them.
Yeah. You know, that's another reason why this was number 3. It did give us that, but also it almost not that. How they handled it after the turn was kind of, but it seems like they're letting Dean do his thing now. They're kind of.
I mean, I think once this stuff with Rollins is over with,
I think that's holding them. I think that's holding them both back.
I was just about to say that.
Holding them both back, right? And by the by, we're actually watching Raw on mute. Apparently, Rollins and Ambrose are going to have a Falls Count Anywhere match.
That's actually going to be lit, though.
Falls Count Anywhere.
You know, I'm not really digging bad guy Dean's
you don't like
wrestling style.
I dig it. Maybe I just dig the look and the swag. Like he's dripping in swag.
Yeah, but like his matches ain't really doing nothing.
I think
I've been saying that about Dean a lot recently.
I think that because you were like one of the first to call the heel turn happening. Like I was just hoping it wasn't. But I think you were like from jump because of the way you were talking about his wrestling has kind of been like different, and then the stuff that happened with like Braun Strowman and those guys like where they were trying to make him, we'll get there, when they tried to make us believe that Dean Ambrose is gonna like turn, he's gonna turn. Dean doesn't know who his friends are. He's on the lunatic fringe.
Dogs of War.
Dogs of War.
That name lasted a literal week.
Oy. That team lasted a
3.
month, right? That team lasted a month. It's once again, Roman Reigns he's not the middle point. He is not the suck. Roman Reigns just gets pulled into the suck. Roman Reigns is a victim of cat. He just gets caught in the crossfire.
Man, Brock's like, F you, Braun.
We knew that was gonna happen. That's like Brock's thing. He just like walks out like, oh yeah, I'm gonna suplex you into a city.
Only watch pay-per-views, bro.
Shut up. Get to your number 2.
Number 2. WrestleMania. Except for one match. And that would be highlighting my good.
Okay.
No, 2 matches, but one of them was really good.
Well, give me the one that one that you're not going to talk about.
The one I'm not going to talk about is Kurt Angle, Stephanie McMahon, Ronda Rousey, Triple H. I'm not going to talk about that.
I have to agree that was a good match.
Yeah.
Even though as much as you know I don't really get down with Ronda, that's not her best match to date anymore. I think her
match has only gotten better.
Yeah, I mean I'm not knocking her matches. I just
you don't like her as a person.
I don't like. It's just weird because when it comes to her body type, the way she throws people, why isn't Nia Jax doing that same thing and winning? You feel me? Like it was sporadic. She would, she wouldn't. She would, she wouldn't. It wasn't consistent. Now I understand that she is not the safest workers, and hopefully she's working on that. Like you got to. I mean, if you want to be a wrestler, your job is to keep the guy you're in the ring with safe, man or woman. But when she's on point, that match with her and Ronda wasn't bad.
Nope.
It was good.
Both of them.
Yep. Showed up.
No, I mean both of the matches.
I'm sorry. Both of them matches, but also they both showed up and made that match a hell of a good time. My thing is that, yes, I do want a dominant woman, like we see dominant men. But don't make it so obvious that you're hyping me up. One, when in reality you have like 4 or 5 women you can crown as like dominant badasses who can just fuck you up. Go.
Shayna Baszler.
Go. Yeah.
Ember Moon.
Go.
Tamina. I gotta mention her. Gotta say it.
No, I mean, she's not 5 though. She's not top 5.
Okay.
Put it down.
Okay.
Try again.
Nia Jax.
Yes.
Asuka.
Thank you.
And
the one who had the one half for the blondies.
Charlotte?
Yeah. How did she not look? She looked dominant and like.
Charlotte's like 5'11", 6 foot.
Yeah. She beat Asuka. I mean,
Whoa.
She beat Asuka.
Like a literal. That was a really good match.
That was a really good match.
Like, still not gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was like, those things were good, but like they didn't do it enough.
I'm saying WrestleMania is because what's the point of having Royal Rumble if both of your winners will lose their matches at Mania? Like I didn't understand that booking. That was upsetting. They're both Japanese, so they kind of made me look at WWE kind of slighted. So I was like, what do they have against the Japanese? So that was kind of like.
You're very side eye. I think they chickened out. I think both.
I think they wanted to.
I think
both,
they wanted to
for both,
and they just wouldn't pull the trigger. It's like, don't be afraid of New Japan, bro. Go in there. You already went to Korakuen Hall and did that special with Brock Lesnar within the New Day.
That was so fun.
That was a fun match.
Was so fun.
Why are you not doubling down? Oh, doubling down. Why aren't you doubling down on the fact that you had these Japanese wrestlers and you brought in Io Shirai, you brought in the Pirate Princess. Kairi Sane is so awesome. You have clearly put your money in the international market, not just even in Japan. You're going to Europe. You're going to India. You got people in China.
Yep.
You fucking had them win the Royal Rumble. It was right there.
Literally.
It was right fucking there.
Yeah, so.
Cowards!
Yeah.
This is like go to Stanford. What did you go to Stanford for? I went to visit the WWE offices. What'd you do there? Just show cowards. Just show coward outside the window.
So you're banned.
Yes. And I can no longer carry like big ass pictures of Shinsuke and Asuka in Stanford, Connecticut.
You got 2 picket signs.
Just two picket signs and a boombox. Just playing their theme songs and yelling coward to anybody who thinks WWE is awesome. So, wow. Yeah, that's probably the first WrestleMania we've watched since we've been like hanging here and been pals. That really was a letdown.
Yeah. And it wasn't even like it was all bad.
No!
Like,
it just didn't work consistently.
Yeah, it didn't click. Yeah.
It nothing.
I think they were really leaning on the fact that it was in Bourbon. That it was in
on New Orleans again.
Yeah, I think they were really leaning on that more than anything.
Dude,
because remember that was Undertaker streak and Daniel Bryan.
Which is why I don't have high hopes for Mania here in New York. I don't know why. I just feel like they'll do this thing where they'll make it more about the weekend itself than the show, or. We'll be doing the same fucking gimmick where we talk about how fucking amazing NXT was. And then we'll be like, oh, by the way, there was a big-ass pay-per-view on Sunday. Let's talk about it. Like, it shouldn't be that way, and I shouldn't feel that way. But I don't even have to watch NXT to know how fucking good NXT has been.
Yeah.
Like, I could just read the news and then go back and watch on the network the stuff I missed if I really want to catch up to the pay-per-view, because the pay-per-view you don't have. That's the wild part about NXT. Yes, there are 2 separate brands, NXT, WWE, but essentially it's like the same people communicating with each other and seeing the shows made, right? Like, I mean, just kind of. But I'm saying, just kind of follow me here. Like, if you see one show doing a production in a style that's clearly bringing people in from all over the world who don't even just want to just watch, who actually want to wrestle on your show, why not translate not all of it, but some of it to what they do on the 3-hour, the 2-hour shows on Monday? Now Tuesdays kind of does it. I think SmackDown does a better job of kind of taking the good from NXT and putting it on their show. I think Raw's like, fuck it, we're doing. I'm Vince McMahon. I do it my way.
Is over saturated with like advertising and such,
and they'll never get away from that because it's 3 hours and they have to do it.
So like, I think that's why it'll never be like that. Raw is like the pomp and circumstance of the show. NXT is kind of like the gritty,
the working class, the working blue collar man.
And then SmackDown is just like literally in the middle.
Combat Kenny is an elixir dog. I agree. I want more. I just want. It's just a matter of wanting more from Raw, because I feel like SmackDown's on the precipice of being really good. It's a good.
Especially once, probably when it really goes to Fox.
Yeah,
it's
going to take off. I can see that. Also, hey, Apollo Crews, who's been getting some tick here in New Year in Ember Moon, tagging up.
This whole match is full of brown folk.
That makes me happy.
Ember Moon, Apollo Crews,
Alicia Fox,
and the modern day Maharaja Jinder Mahal.
Don't you hinder Jinder, brother. There's no hindering Jinder in this dojo. Don't happen here.
Nope.
Not at all.
We love Jinder.
We love Jinder.
I think we love Jinder just as much as Roman Reigns.
I think we do. I know, honestly, I say that with a smile, but that is all honesty. I think I do.
Man.
Started from the bottom, now you here, baby. It's like
for real.
You were 3B. You were doing air guitar. Dude, even Redhead over there being the referee in a big angle.
A big angle.
Even if we thought the angle sucked, at least he was...
bro, he had kids.
He had kids, though. That's still part of the angle. Like, he's gotta feed the kids, so he's gotta be the ref. At least... That's one smidge of continuity. They give it to us one time.
Once.
That's your one for 2018. That's your one for 2018. You get it at the end of the year, fuckers.
And it's with Heath.
Get out of here. It's with Heath Slater. That's all you get. Get out of here. My two. Speaking of bad storytelling, my number two is the terrible storytelling overall in the WWE. So bad that, in fact, Vince McMahon, or the ghost of Vince McMahon, because, wow, we're old, because he looks his age now.
He's always been looking his age to me.
See, I didn't think he was looking his age until maybe 2 years ago, but then he kind of stepped away, so you didn't really see him.
That's why he stepped away. Like, I swear to God.
Yeah, I never paid.
The report that I read was that Vince McMahon doesn't like the way he looks on TV because he believes he looks too old. That's why he took a 2-year break. And I believe you because that's such a Vince move. I have listened to enough Bruce Pritchard
to know what Vince McMahon is, and that is on brand with Vince McMahon. So the fact that not only did they tried out Vince McMahon, tried out Triple H, they tried out Stephanie, and they tried out your Crown Jewel Cup winner.
You mean the best in the world?
The best in the world. Shane McMahon, by the way. Oh, and I guess he's one half of the winner because the Miz is the other half.
I thought it was the third. No.
Did they do a weird number thing? Did they do another Scott Steiner gimmick?
Yes, they
didn't tell us.
Yes, they did. No, it wasn't that they didn't tell us. Remember when they were doing
yeah.
Yeah, the costume.
Yeah.
I watched that clip online and was laughing.
That was good.
So check out Steiner Math. I'm like, I love Steiner Math.
Because you know why? Because the Miz was in it. Because that's just how damn good the Miz is. So they basically retconned everything, and they tried to blame Baron Corbin for everything.
That's fine.
Which
actually, it's totally fine. That's completely for a heel, for a bad guy. That works.
Here's the problem with that storytelling. You let go of Paige as GM, who was actually doing her job as GM correctly. So Paige is out of a gig, not like in a real gig, but kayfabing it. We'll stick within the story. Paige's storyline is no longer GM. What did she do to deserve to lose her job because fucking Raw is in the shit?
SmackDown didn't win a single match at Survivor Series. And no, we're not counting the pre-show.
Miss me with that. And the pre-show totally counted.
No, it doesn't.
You know what? Xavier Woods said it counted, so it counted.
If it counted so much, Paige will have jobs.
You know what? That's BS. If that's what they're kayfabing, that's the reason that Paige is not the GM of SmackDown. It's a shitty hill to die on, especially when Shane McMahon inserted himself into a fucking match. Like, what? Like, are you? There's so many things wrong here, and then to try to cover their asses more, they had Seth Rollins basically shit on everything that is Vince is doing, but then he made, once again, your boy Baron Corbin was the avatar of Vince McMahon, and he got shit on for it, but it was bad. And the problem was, to me, it's not fine because it didn't work. Because everything Baron Corbin was doing was everything. If you've been watching WWE wrestling with a GM, you know when a GM is doing stuff that Vince once dictated done for the show. And you can tell, like, when Mick Foley was the GM, you weren't sure what was going on. There was a like, okay, there's a possibility things can be fun, but also there can be really good matches. Baron Corbin doing the obvious things, but being bad at it, was like, why did you book him in these matches, but he keeps not winning? And then other matches you booked him in and he won, you buried the fuck out of Finn Balor. Every Raw match he had Finn Balor, he kept changing the rules during the match, but he didn't do that to try to take the title from Brock Lesnar. Yeah, he didn't do that for the IC title. He has all these chances to like be the GM and do all this stuff to Will Power, and he's terrible at it. But I'm supposed to believe that, even though he kept winning, which was weird. Like, he would lose the match, but then him and the heels that he got to work for him, the Dogs of War, were beating everybody's asses.
So they could maintain their heat and still lose.
It was bad. Like, it wasn't good. It wasn't interesting. It made me turn it off until literally the thing with Roman happened.
Their storytelling was so bad this year. So fucking bad. It was so bad Daniel Bryan had to turn bad guy.
And it ended up being amazing.
Like, how do you drop the ball on the Miz and Daniel Bryan?
How do you drop the ball? Here's the thing. I don't think they did drop the ball on Miz and Daniel Bryan. I think we're going to get what some people have kind of been positing on Twitter, and I think you said it too at some point, was that we're going to get, like, it's just the reverse. It's going to be opposite land where Miz is face and DB is the heel, and it'll be the story of the Miz being right. That story's still there, and the Miz has still been hinting at it.
Yeah.
Which, it's not dead. I don't think it's a left support. It's in a coma.
Okay.
It's in a stasis coma. It's waiting to be, like, pulled out.
So so you either live or die. That's where it's at right now.
Right now. So I give it it has till next month. It has until Valentine's Day. Because that's the date I can remember fully. Like, if they don't get to that then, there's not a shot of it to me making it to WrestleMania. But this storytelling was brutal because I had been the one watching so we could have stuff to talk about for the show. And I mostly been complaining to you in text how bad the show was. Or talking to you about how bad the show was in our pre-show stuff. And I stopped. And it was nice. And then that's when Rollins did the whole thing about, like, we want to give the fans what they want. And then they bring out the McMahons and say, we're going to give you what you want. And then you got the same thing. You got the same McIntyre. It was McIntyre versus Ziggler. Not once. But the second time was in a cage.
That was the finale, though.
It was a blow-off, but that felt rushed.
It worked.
It worked, but it felt rushed.
And also, that's 2019.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it ended up still being the fact that, like, they said they were going to change things, and things actually really haven't started to change.
Some of the stories got to close.
Well, they could just kill some of them stories. Here's the thing. How are you going to say you're gonna give the fans what you want when you've already broken the trail of storytelling? You can just start over. Why try to close out something that the fans already told you they don't want? And that's all I'm saying. It's like, if you know the fans don't want it, why make them wait another week to see Apollo Crews possibly win the Intercontinental title? Because that happened. That was like the first show of the New Year, was it not?
Oh, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, but like
yeah,
like that was good.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh shit, Apollo Crews eliminated 6 people in an elimination match and got an elimination title. A title shot. He lost, but you know what? There was a possibility he could have won. It was nice to see that for Apollo Crews. Ember Moon got some tick. It's like, and she was on TV tonight. It's the ball is rolling.
Mm-hmm. It's not fast enough for you.
I mean, not particularly when. What did you really do with AJ Styles' title run? Why is Samoa Joe still having to use the same tired-ass story beat about not being a champion in SmackDown in on any brand when he's clearly a fucking heater and is a fucking destroyer if you let him just go out there and be like Samoa Joe in NXT.
Did they call him the Destroyer?
I feel like they did, right?
Yeah. Or when he first made it to the roster.
So Samoa Joe in NXT. Why are we not getting that?
Same reason why we get Shinsuke in NXT. Because it's not the same.
Gotta make sure you hear me sigh because I'm tired.
Back to your explanation earlier about how you said you wish that they could just take some of the tips from NXT to the main roster. It's just sometimes they just not sometimes often they just don't.
Often. And it doesn't. The same issue I have with their use of their talent, the same issue I have with them about. Oh man, excuse my nose got stuffy real quick all of a sudden. Is that they don't truly understand the massive amount of talent they have. Like, this show is still born and bred on the fact that we want Kofi Kingston as our WWE champion. Anybody from the New Day, in my opinion right now, is ripe enough, good enough to be WWE champion.
Mm-hmm.
Finn Balor, he got his rematch, but you can't tell me he's truly gotten a chance to be the world champion. There's just like, even Bray Wyatt, whenever he finally comes back.
Oh, that also wasn't a rematch.
What?
That wasn't his rematch.
See? So he still has a rematch, right? But that's right, nobody gets a rematch now, right? No rematch clauses. That's also a new thing, by the way, guys. So
I'm actually very happy about that.
I'm fine with that.
Except for Finn Balor.
Except for Finn Balor, because you're right. He did not get his title shot, his rematch.
Daniel Bryan's owed 2 rematches for 2 different belts, and one that he currently has.
So do you like turning that ticket on yourself when somebody said like I want my rematch with myself, like just to confuse people? Like, you can't wrestle me, I gotta wrestle myself first.
I could imagine Daniel Bryan doing that because he's gonna say he's too good for anyone else to wrestle him. That could actually work.
Dude, that would be a hell of a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm too good to wrestle anybody. Like, that's how you keep a champion on TV and not just have him sit his ass at home. I'm just too good to wrestle anybody. And he just doesn't wrestle.
Nope.
He sends other people out to wrestle for him.
They did that. They hinted at that often with Lesnar. They really. I just don't think they want to pay him $500,000 every week though. That was
you can't. I mean, honestly, that gimmick makes more sense though for Daniel Bryan because of his size and stature. You get more. You get much more life out of that because he wants, like, as a heel too. Oh yeah, it wouldn't work for Brock. Like, unless every wrestler wrestling was just
we would have been
tanks.
angry. We would have actually got angry and been like, "Why isn't Brock wrestling?"
Yeah, that's true. Yes, that would just magnify the problem times 10. Yeah. That's very true. Like, that would not be a good gimmick for Brock. No doubt. But like, while we sit here and like talk about what could have been, we don't write stories. We get that. But here's the thing: they can at least be entertaining. I did not feel entertained. I didn't feel like, I know people who have canceled their network subscriptions because they have been turned off so much by the product.
There's too much stuff to watch to cancel yours.
That's a fair opinion. I think other people who are friends of mine, they have DVDs. Like, they have old stuff. Like, they don't need the network because they collect it too.
They don't have the tables though. They got everything.
But you know what I mean. Like, they don't have to necessarily rely on the network to get their old school fix. Is what I'm saying. And the YouTube still is around. Like, let's not act like WWE has a complete lock on the YouTube.
Well, they put a lot of their stuff on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Or YouTube also. Yeah.
So there are ways to get around watching the network for old school stuff if you want to watch old school stuff. I just think it's telling that you should be able to tell a good story while showing good wrestling. It can't be either or. It's gotta be both.
They only know how to tell like 2 good stories at a time. That's it.
Yes. instead of spreading it around and telling like time. That was the one thing about the Attitude Era and Vince Russo that I'll never take away from him. Everybody had an angle. Everybody had a story.
Whether it was good or bad.
Whether it was good or bad. You knew they were in something. Mm-hmm. You knew where
Not
the story was.
Just mucking around.
Yes.
So that's what everyone is
doing.
doing.
Dude, people just be like, it's really weird that I don't think we've addressed this. How often are we watching either Raw or SmackDown and motherfuckers are just sitting in the back?
Mm-hmm.
Like fucking cold chilling. Like, yo, like just walking up to them to do a promo or talk to them. Like, wait, they had nothing else going on. They just sitting there waiting. Like, it's not even like sitting just like minding their business. They're sitting there waiting for something to happen. Like it's just too scripted, and it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to look so scripted if you just make sure you give everybody something to do, even if it's the most innocuous thing. Just don't be here looking like you don't belong here. You know what I'm saying? So, 2019 I think will be better for the WWE. It better be better because Ring of Honor is there. New Japan is there. AEW already got the money to be there. So they better catch up.
You're forgetting about one that's slowly in the background, just chilling.
What, MLW?
Yep.
Yeah. No, you know what? I can't believe I didn't mention them. I'm bummed I didn't get to go to the show they had here in Chicago, but they weren't really. February. No, they weren't. No, that was November.
That was November.
That was November. Because I was trying to get his tickets to that, but I Bills got in the way of that. And I needed to find us a ride because it was at Cicero Stadium, which is not actually not in Chicago. It's actually in Cicero. Yeah. So next time they're here, we'll hopefully I'll be in a better place. We can figure that out before you're not here because you're gonna be doing your flight thing back to the West Coast. Sorry, that was a very terrible West.
They didn't see you. They heard you though.
No, and then you confirmed it. I could have just been like, no, I'm just gonna just said West Coast.
Nah, no, that shit was trash.
Yeah, thanks for that. So then let's cap off this our shit salad for 2018.
So I have a double dookie for tied for number one, but they coincide.
I like that one from shit salad to double dookie.
Poop. It's the Saudi situation as well.
The Crown Royal.
Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel. Who wants a whiskey? I do. The Crown Jewel.
Best in the World.
Oh yeah, because it was all.
Wait, no, Crown Jewel was the best in the world.
Yes, but say that's not all one thing. Was there something else you're running into with it?
Oh, the reinstatement of Hulk Hogan.
Oh, brother.
I don't fuck with that at all. Like, at all.
The Blacks, brother.
Goddamn N-words.
Where's the Blacks, brother? No, they're honestly, the stuff with Jamal Khashoggi and the WWE's very business-like response reeked of just being tone deaf of an international situation. Let's not act like a Vince McMahon has not done business with Donald Trump for literally decades.
Literally 3 decades. Without Trump, there wouldn't have been a WrestleMania.
Yeah, like Vince McMahon's wife, Linda McMahon, is in the cabinet. Like she ain't going nowhere. she gonna entrench herself. Good on her. Keep your money.
Right. Can't tell someone to make their money.
Yeah, I can't knock a hustle, even if it's a terrible hustle. But this from all angles is bad.
Like
angles is bad.
There was like exactly like that situation. They were doomed. They were just doomed. They were going to be screwed out of the money if they would have backed out, which would have that's another hit on their money.
Yeah.
And then they continued, and their stock still took a tumble. So it's like once that happened, there was no winning that, and like yeah, I don't know, it was wild. Also fuck Hulk Hogan.
Fuck Hulk Hogan first and foremost. Secondly, I spent 2018 getting more so back into reading the news. So I followed the Khashoggi incident very closely, and it's very disappointing that to know how cruel a country could be to a woman who's just writing about them. The written word, and you dismembered a man who's about to get married. Like it's such a bad look.
I cried.
It's a horrible situation for a family and the Washington Post. Khashoggi wrote for them.
Yeah.
It's a terrible situation for everybody involved. And the WWE, an American company. This man, we're talking about the same man who after 9/11 ran a show that was so goddamn patriotic it fucking pissed red, white, and blue. Like, the man, like, bends over backwards for America, even when he's using it to further putting money in WWE's pockets. I mean, we talked about the Saudi. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Sergeant Slaughter as like you know what I'm saying?
Iranian apologist.
As the apologist, but after that they used him as like the guy who was like go for gung ho guy, you know. So like constantly flip flopping bullshit, which is carny as fuck. So it shouldn't surprise us because wrestling has its roots in carny bullshit.
Yeah.
But I say but because you think as adults, it was 2018. How hard is it to just reschedule? Have it somewhere else. Or wait. Let the investigation play out. Whether there's a denial or whatever happens, have the show. Now, does that mean I still would have agreed with it? No. But you know what? You allow the process on an international stage to play out, and oh my goodness, there's Nia Jax actually doing what we asked her to do.
Yes.
Nia Jax being a Haas, finally. I'm kind of annoyed that it's Sasha Banks taking that L. Maybe not because we don't know yet because it's still going. Also, no Bailey at ringside. I know. We're really in the thick of this conversation. I was really surprised though, because there she is.
Okay.
I was like,
The Boston connection aren't breaking up until they are. I am no longer mad about that because there are women's titles, so we'll get there. I'm so happy.
That gave me life for
finally we get the great women's wrestling match that we've been wanting for 4 years again.
Dude, it's
going on 5.
Dude, it'll probably be 6. They'll take another year to get this. Oh yeah. They're not getting us there next year. I mean, they're not going to get there this year. They're probably going to hold the women's title a year. They're not going to get there this year. I mean, they'll use WrestleMania and start getting it over and start pushing it. But we got 2020, good brother. So I'm glad that's your number one because mine was going to be tied with that one.
Wait, which one? The Saudi stuff?
The Saudi stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad you put that out there for your number one because then I can focus more so on this number one, the death of Shinsuke Nakamura. I can't think of any other wrestler who's come out of NXT who has so much just electricity, charisma. Like even when before I hit on Shinsuke, I wanted to just take a look back at even with Samoa Joe too. Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Rusev. All those guys, even the ones who didn't win the championship and the thick of the championship hunt, they came up here and at the beginning of their runs looked like world beaters. Sami Zayn was out here having 5-star matches with John Cena like immediately. Same with Kevin Owens. Rusev, same. Like everybody was given that, even though they were still kind of slow to get built, they got there. We got the Festival of Friendship, Kevin Owens. We got Sami Zayn is so underrated. But, like, everything Sami Zayn did up until the stuff for Bobby Lashley when it was clear that he was hurting in, like, either type of way, that's bullshit. But everything else he did was good stuff.
I actually enjoyed the Bobby Lashley shit because how bad it was.
Oy. Rubs nose. Takes deep breath.
It's better than the old day.
Recalibrates. Oh my god. I'm trying to recalibrate. Now I gotta reset again. I hadn't thought about old day. Oh. The Ballad of Shinsuke Nakamura is one that starts out with a bang and has ended with a colossal whip. How do you have a man who can wrestle as well as he can, hit as hard as he can, dripping charisma, even if you felt some type of way about how he talks, you don't need to pay attention to what he's saying. Pay attention to everything else he's doing with his body, his outfit, just his whole being. Like, there's a reason that I feel like he is like the flamboyant Michael Jackson of wrestling, because
he thought the same thing at first.
He's got that energy. Like, somehow the WWE has managed to sap that away while still making him U.S. champion.
Mm-hmm.
They thought putting him in United States garb for a month while he didn't do shit.
Knock America.
And gave him an awesome gimmick. How do you do Knock America and then not let him fucking heel out on America? Just not do it. Just do pictures. Like, it was a photo set.
He knows speaking English. That shit should have went... Man.
They cowards.
No, I was loving it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Right? They were cowards. They gave up. They gave up.
They dropped that harder than Rusev Day.
Woo. Cowards.
Like, literally, what, 2 weeks?
Yes.
Literally, we had 2 amazing promos of the the English shit.
Like, and it wasn't racist. That was how he was ignoring answering the question. How, like, it's more frustrating because it shows how far we haven't come in terms of watching wrestling and being intelligent about the psychology of wrestling. I'll freely admit, I am still learning how to truly understand the psychology of wrestling. There's so much that goes into it. There's facial expressions, what you do with your body, how you position yourself in the ring, how you talk to the person you're in the ring with, how you emote to the audience, how you don't emote to the audience. Like, there's so many nuances to being a really good psychological wrestler. Shinsuke was giving it to you in them promos.
Yep. The shit that he was doing with AJ, when he made AJ slap the shit out of him.
Yeah. You had AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura.
That was a dope-ass contract signing.
That's the thing. That's what makes it worse, John. There were great moments. There were moments of brilliance where, they told him what to do, and he did it, and then they said, no, we don't want that.
Right? That Money in the Bank match, every match they had should have been like that. And they should just built up from there. That was like a 4-star match.
Shinsuke and Styles, man, everything they do, it tears the house down. And
I even like the Mania match.
So I did too. Even with the nut stuff.
That was my favorite part.
That was like, okay, there's more development. That's character.
And that was storytelling. Continued with AJ Styles.
Yes.
Because everyone hits him in the nuts. Everywhere he goes. That's the story of AJ Styles.
Story of AJ's nuts. The Ballad of AJ's Nuts.
From TNA to WWE. His nuts have been in Ring of Honor and New Japan in between.
even New Japan got to swing at those bad boys.
Yes.
It's amazing how flat they allowed Shinsuke Nakamura to go in 2018. It was so bad that I was on Twitter, and I think you may have gotten into this discussion where we were me and a couple of the buddies who were watching wrestling, we just were we cannot wait for him to leave. I don't think he's leaving. I think whatever the WWE is paying him. Plus, you got to think, he's not bumping as hard as he would if he's still in New Japan. So I'm sure he's enjoying the time.
And he literally moved his family to the States.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I don't believe he's moving or going anywhere. He in 2015, 14, 1 to 2, 15. Yeah, he moved his family to the States.
Oh shit! I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
so like, he ain't going anywhere.
Thanks for putting me onto that.
Yeah.
That's a valid. That's a wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, maybe since he's here to stay, then maybe they figure it out. Currently he's not in anything. He lost the title, but I don't think he's got a rematch since rematches are over. So he's got to start from number. The Royal Rumble is coming.
That's the reset button. Let's be serious. It's a reset button.
It is a reset button.
Yeah.
Where do you have him in the Royal Rumble? Like what number do you
What, like entry wise?
Yeah, just entry wise. What do you think? If you had to guess based on what you've seen because I always feel like your number is kind of based on where the company feels you were from last year. Very weird conspiracy theory thing. It's me, but you fuck with me like that because we're both into conspiracy shit.
To be honest, I think it's gonna be 27. I think because
then he'll be final. He'll go Final Four again.
Yeah, because there's a rumor going around stating that the winner of the men's Royal Rumble will be a repeat winner. And he won it last year. They could give him a back-to-back.
Give him a back-to-back.
And give him, and this is why I'm saying that the whole Miz and Daniel Bryan feud has died out.
There's so many layers. Shit, John.
Yes, this is going to allow Shinsuke to actually...
So that means that AJ gets the title back somewhere down the line, right?
AJ?
You doing Shinsuke Day, Brian? Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Please, sir, may I have another? I want that right now. I want that yesterday. I want that.
So I think they may do that.
Dude, if they do that, whoa.
Because I would like
big whoa.
Because his contract is coming up, and so what's the way to sway someone?
Title match. And you win
against the person you specifically signed with the company to face. He signed with the WWE to face Daniel Bryan. That's a known fact.
That's true. Yeah, I did know that. For sure. Yeah, I mean, here's to hoping that Shinsuke has a better 2019 because he deserves it.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, like enough of the bad shit.
Yeah.
Let's get to the good stuff.
All right, so the good shit. The last 3 months of WWE pay-per-views have been A1. Evolution in October. Oh, sorry, the last 4 months.
Even though it felt like we got hit by a fucking tank trying to get through all those goddamn pay-per-views.
Super Showdown, the Australia show, had some amazing matches.
Yeah, Buddy Murphy, shut up. Get out of my head. Yes. Buddy Murphy fucking put the Iconics too, man. Like,
yes.
The Aussie showed out that day.
That was an amazing show.
Cedric Alexander, Buddy had a great partner in Cedric Alexander that night too. Cedric put on a show too. So
and then you had Evolution in October, and then you had Survivor Series. And
here's the wild part about Evolution I want to mention is that imagine if Crown Jewel did not happen, how much bigger that could have been, how much better that. To me, in my opinion, I feel like because of how they had to book stuff with Crown Jewel, I don't think they really put as much emphasis and thought into Evolution as they would like us to believe.
I think the opposite.
I think because of
the Crown Jewel, they had to promote it like that. Imagine, because I don't think without the controversy would have had a reason to heat it out like that.
I'll need to watch Evolution again because it's not fresh in my mind. But I feel like I have some reasons why I disagree with that. But I'm not concreting them without watching the show again.
I think you're thinking of the production value of Evolution. Because the production value for Evolution was very similar to an NXT show.
Yeah, I didn't mind that.
Because the production team was the same as the NXT team because the other crew was still in Saudi.
Yeah, that was my problem. That was not my... Actually, that was one of the bigger things I liked about Evolution.
So
I liked
what was your issue?
It was just some of the matches. Just some of the matches.
Like what?
Just to have a battle royal and it not mean anything.
It did.
Okay, who won it?
Nia Jax.
Wait, I'm thinking about Naomi. Never mind.
You're thinking of Mania.
I'm thinking of Mania.
And she got a number 1 contender shot for that too.
I would have rathered. See, that's why I have to watch I have to go back and watch Evolution because I had this in my mind. I think from that episode, and I lost it. I know I mentioned on the episode that Evolution we talked about. Maybe it's in my notes. We'll come back to that thought, but keep going with your other pay-per-views, because I begrudgingly agree with you about the pay-per-views of WWE the last couple of months. Like, I've won, like, as bad as Raw has been, and as okay to good SmackDown has been, the pay-per-views have been exceeding.
SmackDown's been dookie a couple times too, but whatever.
Say again. I'm sorry.
SmackDown's been dookie a few times too.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I will not argue that.
But
those have been fewer.
And TLC, that was the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Every single last one of them was amazing. We even got Asuka winning the championship at TLC,
which came out of nowhere because
everyone
thought she was going to eat that pin.
Yeah.
Psych.
Super psych.
Super psych.
So yeah, I'm pretty hyped for Asuka taking over finally.
Yeah.
Hopefully they book her correctly. We'll see. We'll find out. But yeah, it was pretty dope. All the the last 4-5 pay-per-views that they've had have been really good.
For me, mine is the future of the WWE and the future of NXT. Let me run down who is currently just hanging out doing their wrestling shtick in NXT right now. Keith Lee. Bro. Matt Riddle. Just whatever. Ricochet. Adam Cole. Kyle O'Reilly. Bobby Fish. The ladies also...
We never Roderick Strong.
I'm sorry, yes. Roderick Strong also. The Mr. Backbreaker. I'm not that big on him, but I like him more as part of a group.
He's world champ.
I mean, yeah, he's a good wrestler. I'm not that big of a fan of his personality, but I like how he just beats the crap mess out of your back. I think that's dope.
I enjoy his personality because he's an asshole, so it fits perfectly.
I still need to watch the stuff you told me to watch about his Ring of Honor stuff. I still need to check that out. I have not. It's in the queue. Okay. It's there. On the lady side,
oh man,
Io Shirai, Shayna Baszler, Kairi Singh, Tony Storm. Half the ladies in the NXT UK roster, just in general, the NXT Women's UK roster, kind of dwarfs the Women's American roster, if I'm not mistaken. Because I'm not putting Lacey Evans on my women's list of women I'm looking forward to. Not happening. You can't.
You really don't like Lacey.
She has Double J. Jeff Jarrett, go away he with me, homie.
Oh no!
She got to go. Now, I did like her promo where she fucking destroys this tea. Because she's a Southern Belle, right? She's gonna show you how the proper way to make tea. She literally takes this tea and just pours an entire fucking bag of sugar into it. And sips it and says, okay. She's going all in on being the worst Southern Belle ever. And I can't fucking stand it, but okay. She sort of cracked me a little bit, because I fucking did laugh at that when I saw that shit. So, I'm good. She still got heat with me. I just don't care for the pin-up 1950s white girl shit. I just don't care for it. Especially when she beat Dakota Kai, and I think she beat, or no, she did. I think she just beat up Io. I don't think she actually beat her in a match. I think Io came out to help Dakota, and I think Lacey got a hit in on her shirt or something. But Lacey Evans' tag team partner, whose name right now escapes me,
is it Aaliyah?
Aaliyah,
right?
I think it's Aaliyah.
I think it's Aaliyah.
And how did I forget EST?
I swear to God, I thought you were gonna get up to that.
I almost forgot her. Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. She's going to be there. She should, and she if Velveteen Dream, who I also didn't say, who shame on me.
We're not in it. We just got to the good.
Right, but I went to the men first and went straight to the women, and I didn't say Velveteen. If Velveteen Dream. Hey, it's true. It's very true. If Velveteen Dream is that it for what could be the prototype for a world champion, EST. Woo!
Black is looking so good.
Black is beautiful right now in the WWE. I still have faith. It's tiny. It's tiny. All I'm saying is that Jay Lethal has been the champion of Ring of Honor a million times.
Twice.
Nick, how long has he held it though?
I'm talking about that right now.
Booyah. That's what I'm talking about though. That's all I'm saying. It's like giving them that run. And I didn't even get to Street Profits. Street Profits.
Oh, we even got War Raiders.
Dude, there's so much. There is a glutton of talent. And while I feel like I've harped about it being a bad thing, it's not, because I know that after this show, when we get off the air and we go home and we come and do our things for the night, I can go watch every NXT match I missed, and everybody I just mentioned is going to be in one of those matches. So I'm bound to have, not bound, I'm just going to be guaranteed a good ass match. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention Aleister Black, Gargano, Ciampa. I didn't even mention those guys, but they're also running things down there. Literally. It's just, there's so much good talent that I don't try to harp on it as a bad thing, as it being the worst thing. It's just that there's the possibility of all these great matches happening, and why do we keep getting Dolph Ziggler versus whoever? Like that, it's always Dolph Ziggler versus somebody we've seen him wrestle like 8 times.
Or it's the first time wrestling them, but we already know what's happening.
Right? Like it's very predictable.
Yeah, it's always Dolph Ziggler though. Always.
Like Dolph Ziggler just.
I think Dolph Ziggler's gonna end up in AEW.
Dude, it would blow my mind that he quit and said, just put me in every angle. And they said, okay. And he's okay, cool, I'm back.
Did you read that rumor?
No.
That's the
rumor? Is that the rumor?
That's one of the rumors, yeah. Like, they said he hasn't signed a new contract. He's kind of just working on a by the week kind of deal.
It's like, just put me in shit.
Yeah.
Pay me.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought Vince wasn't doing it. That's how Jeff Jarrett got him. That's how he got hold up by Jeff Jarrett.
Vince just owed him money. Because remember, they weren't profiting yet by that point when Double J was leaving.
That's true.
WCW.
That's right. WCW. Yeah.
Was the money maker.
That's true.
It took them like a year and a half to actually get the money.
Ay. Dude, it's just. My heart swells thinking about the amount of talent, especially talent of color, that's waiting in the wings, and that I want more from. And hopefully we get that. So that's my number 3.
Okay. My number 2 or my number 3. I set the pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
That was it, right?
That was it.
Okay. So my number 3 is I'm torn because I don't know if this is gonna be my number 3 or my number 1.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's our show, bro. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Fuck it. That's my number 3. Becky Lynch.
Talk about somebody who had the opposite of Shinsuke Nakamura's 2018.
Yeah.
It is like night and day on the same fucking show. Whew. Even a punch to the face that broke her face. Couldn't stop her.
Made her probably even bigger.
The fact that she is her wordsmith game, like the way she just trash talks people, good for her. You go, Becky Lynch. Yep. You do that. I mean, the fact that John Cena is one of the best at trash talking in wrestling. And for Becky Lynch to go out there and do what she did, is like, oh. Okay.
Well, you saw what she did to Edge.
Oh, dude, that was her like, hi, I'm here. Like that was her putting her flag in and saying, I'm taking this. But when you go to John Cena, it's like, now I own this. Like, it's like, I'm the captain now. That's what she did to John Cena. Like, just to Edge, it was like, no, you're old as fuck. Don't tell me, don't give me anything. I know what to do.
Don't hurt your neck coming out the ring.
Yes. Forever and a day, I was just like, I fell out my chair. I did a whole Jesus book. I was like, woo! Just lost my whole life to that one. Because even Edge looked back like, God damn, you didn't do it to me like that, sis. It's like, bury me softly, brother. Ever so softly, brother, bury me. Because she went full there.
Yeah.
Like, she went for the throat. And that's the thing. She keeps going for the throat every time, dude. Yes, number 3. No doubt. Like, and her matches were fucking amazing.
Yep.
Even before she went to being a man, she was putting on shows.
Yeah, especially in her losses. That was what made it even better.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So yeah, she's my number 3.
Okay. My numero 3 is the Young Bucks. Talk about having a hell of a run. The Young Bucks have went from not just betting on themselves to basically going all in on themselves. Hey! And it's paid off. I bet you've basically watched me become a bigger Young Bucks fan every year, essentially. Like, I kind of discovered the Young Bucks when we started living together, and I really got back into watching wrestling in New Japan. Year by year by year by year, I grew to really enjoy Young Buck matches. I watch Being the Elite, like, religiously. It's part of my YouTube, like, subscriptions. I have a couple of Young Bucks t-shirts. I have a lot of Young Bucks t-shirts. Like, not even just Bullet Club tees. I have Young Buck t-shirts. I will have the Elite t-shirt. Look for one for yourself too, pal, because that's happening. That's a thing. You let me know which one you want.
I'm okay.
You ain't trying to be part of the Elite?
I don't like the design.
You don't like it? I actually like it better than the Bullet Club. I do. I think that the Bullet Club...
Basic.
I think the Bullet Club has become too basic because everybody's wearing it. I mean, I like the... Also, I like the animal designs. I like the cat... How are you not going to get the
Animal
kitty?
designs. I've only seen the Elite. The square.
No, you don't want that one. Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's the boring one.
That I literally just said that.
That's the boring one. Let me get my phone out and I'll keep talking while I go to show you the actual Elite shirts. So, Kenny Omega has a kitten, a cyborg cat, as his. Cody has his dog Pharaoh as his. Hangman, I think, still has his rope. The Bucks have an actual deer, and it makes me very happy. I'm going to find... Oh, there we are. Okay, there's 2 of them. Like, I love the colors. I love the, like, kind of shield, and I love that each one has, like... You don't seem sold yet. It's okay.
It looks too much like the Shield new shirt.
The Shield's new shirt. They
Yeah,
got one...
where it's 3 dogs on shields, just like that.
But that is basic.
No,
Because it's that basic blue and black, though.
Yeah, but the dogs are white. That's basic.
I don't think it is. I think that our design is at least more detailed on it. On the Elite ones for...
I don't know, I think you're just being a mark.
I'm not being a mark. Because I don't really fuck with the Bullet Club tees. Like, I don't really fuck with the Bullet Club tees. I want to get... The only Bullet Club tees I want were the ones I have. I have the G.O.D. because G.O.D. is dope and that gorilla looks amazing. The Young Bucks with the colors on it because it actually has their headband. And then I'm still trying to find the Super Kick Club one because you actually kick the skull, so it doesn't look like that basic ass skull you see on the Bullet Club one. Those are the only 3 I want.
I like the villain one.
Right?
That's the only one I like out of these.
villain one is the one I like, but I'm getting that Kenny one.
I don't even like the Kenny one.
I need that Kenny one in my life. I need that. That's a little kitten. Little sweet boy. It's not you, Troy. But it's close enough. I could be like, that's the cleaner, that's Troy. Sometimes he looks like that when he goes out on his missions and does badass stuff. Cause he's a sweet boy. Cause he's a sweet boy. Yeah, a big good kitten. We're definitely not petting the cat and looking at the Elite t-shirts. That didn't happen.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did. It totally did. But the fact that now in 2019, the Young Bucks have their own wrestling promotion after putting on a show basically on a dare that I got to be at, which that's not going to be on the list. As a wrestling fan, okay, I've been watching wrestling since I was like 6. This is the first time that I really got to feel like I was a part of something special. I never went to any of the Attitude Era wrestling shows. Like, couldn't go because I couldn't afford it. My brother's been to more WWE shows than me, and that's because his friend would always go. So whenever the shows were here in Chicago, him and his friend would go. So he went to, I think he went to St. Valentine's Day Massacre, and then he went to one more show during the Attitude Era where Stone Cold got fired at the end, and like I was like, and I'll never forget, John. It was 10:30, bro. I was sitting in the front of the house, like in the front living room with the lights on, like waiting, like, yo, what happened? I gotta know what happened. I was like, he was like, yo.
Wasn't this the was it the right after the invasion angle?
No. This was still, the invasion angle was 2000, like 99. This was still like 97, 98. This was like in the thick of the Attitude Era. I'm not sure. They were in Chicago a couple times.
Fired?
Yeah, I have to look it up. I know, all I know is that they played, like Philip was like, they played his Stone Cold's theme song until everyone left the building. Because like, and in the night, Stone Cold got fired. But I never got to be a part of something special like what I got to be a part of, watching the Young Bucks go from being a couple of guys who I do remember watching on WWE TV when I was barely watching it, to being the guys running their own show with Cody Rhodes. So I was just really impressed, and really it was really cool to just be a part of that, because also within the past like 2-3 years I have finally started going to actual wrestling shows. So I actually and I just watch them on TV and watch them online. It's like I actually been going to local shows and like trying to go to bigger things. And I got to go to All In. So like I got to see the Young Bucks in person, even though I didn't get to meet them because I couldn't afford to go to StarCast, which I totally wanted to. It was still an honor to say, yeah, I got to see my favorite tag team, not named the New Day, do what they said they were going to do, and that's something that kind of drives me to want to do what I can to be the best at what I do, because hard work does pay off, even if it takes a while. As long as you stick with it, you'll get there. Because I mean, if you watch the Elite from the beginning all the way up to the episode 133, you can truly see how much this business means to them, but also how much their family means to them, and like that balance. And it was just an incredible ride to take with them. And so it was really cool to just see the Young Bucks do amazing things last year. And they have so much more on their plate to do. This is an incredible feeling to watch. To know that I got to be a part of that. So the Young Bucks were number 3 for me.
All right. My number 2 is the other guy. Blonde hair.
Cody.
Son of
a plumber.
Grandson of a plumber.
Grandson of a plumber.
They call him the American Nightmare.
Oh, he's so good.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody. Yeah. Dude. So when Cody got left WWE, what were just initial thoughts on what you saw for him?
I was like, fucking finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
You ready for that?
I was a huge Cody Rhodes.
Dude,
fan.
we started watch Stardust and watch him do amazing things with Stardust. Like,
no, but like you never cared for Randy Orton, but like, yeah. I've been a fan of Cody since like his debut.
Yeah.
So it's just like, man, like he brought the white strap back in
Dude,
WWE. Like
his Phantom of the Opera gimmick with the man,
Dashing
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That shit was amazing.
So yeah, that was pretty dope. And yeah, I was like, finally, he's free. He finally do what he wants. People will actually finally realize what he's really worth. And just like you said with the Young Bucks, he invested in himself and it paid off. And he invested in himself.
It paid off.
It paid off tremendously. The other dude in All Elite Wrestling. So yeah.
Like that's the thing. The other dude, like one of the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes did this. And now they have a billionaire bigger than Vince McMahon funding bankrolling them.
Yep.
Because they believe in themselves. Because they never gave up on themselves. And it's just like, that's what wrestling is. Like, that's what you always kind of see wrestling kind of molded as this thing where you can go from rags to riches as long as you stay the course and like fight your way to the top is there for the taking. It's like you saw it. It literally was there. Like you said, once he got free,
Yep.
it was his for the taking. Cody took it.
He was a 2-time world champ, NWA, and Ring of Honor, and also U.S. champ for New Japan.
Yeah. And he was the 6-man champion in Ring of Honor as well, with the Young Bucks. That was their last title run as a 6-man team.
What, the open one?
No, the Ring of Honor ones.
What, the trios?
Mm-hmm. They lost to the Kingdom.
And he was also a GFW television champion.
Okay. Oh shit! I didn't realize he.
Yeah, he was the inaugural television champion, if I'm not mistaken, for GFW. Like that was like his first title after leaving WWE.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I'm about to look it up now.
Okay.
But yeah, Cody Rhodes. Second favorite thing.
Dude, the best part of the Elite, one of the better part, like, was Cody Rhodes coming into the Elite TV show, and just watch the episode where he is he's possessed by like the demons of the WWE. It is the most glorious. It's called the possession of Cody Rhodes or whatever, something like that. It is glorious. He's hilarious. He's basically looking like a demon possessed, and all he does the entire 15 minutes is spout random ass WWE facts and information that's of no use to anybody but us. And it was really funny. I thought it was great.
Yeah, he was also Ring of Honor named him Wrestler of the Year in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
He was a What Culture Internet champion. For GFW, he was the GFW Next Gen championships. I got WCPW and Global Force mixed up.
Okay.
But he was champion on both of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, this dude's been PWI ranked him 8th last year or 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, that's last year. Yeah. So yeah.
The Bucks and Cody. Follow it up. All right.
What's your number 2?
Number 2 for me was an actual wrestling event, the G1 Classic this past summer. So this was the first G1 Classic I watched all the way through, beginning to end, 70 some odd. I don't know how many matches I watched, but all I know was that every match was a fucking banger. Every match told a story.
Was Mike Elgin not in it? Which is probably why it was better.
I don't think he was. I don't think so. I can't remember. Either he wasn't, or I scrubbed him from my memory because everything else and everybody else was so non-problematic that it made it that much more enjoyable to get through. But I spent all of my August before it was time to go back to work back from summer school, my summer break, watching the G1 Supers, and wow, every match was a banger. Every match was like a new kind of a new matchup that you hadn't seen before. And there were so many that I can't even think off the top of my head. I wish I wrote some of them down. There was one. I think Omega and Naito had one that was a wow. Anything Kota Ibushi was in.
Yeah, Ibushi versus Tanahashi was amazing.
Dude, that wasn't crazy. That was crazy too. Ibushi Omega was good too. So any match had Tanahashi in it, any match had Omega in it, any match had Naito in it, any match had Ibushi in it, and those 4 combinations crushed it.
Yeah.
And then and that was the thing.
That
surrounded.
block was,
dude, right?
Tanahashi, I think Tanahashi was only megastar in A, wasn't he?
The only person who really balled out in A
was Tanahashi.
Was it Tana?
Yeah, Tanahashi was A.
Yeah, Kenny had to
he had to beat
Naito.
Yeah, and in Ibushi, he was also in A.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait.
But no, you're right though. Ibushi caused some losses that honestly I felt like he shouldn't have, but the matches were so good that it made sense in terms of storytelling. Even Juice Robinson, Juice lost every match because he was in the match. He was in the G1 with a broken hand, and they still managed to tell the story of Juice Robinson, United States champion, losing to everybody, but because of his fighting spirit, like you want to cheer for him. And then Zack, there is the other name, Zack Sabre Jr. Woo, he is my man to watch in 2019. He won he won one of the he won the New Japan Cup last year, and he's the Rev Pro champion.
He just got that back too.
Yes, he did. He got that back in Wrestle Kingdom. But he was also really good in the G1s. Like the both blocks were so stacked that it was literally anybody's to win, and so it just made it really fun to enjoy.
I think that's an overstatement, but it's fine.
What?
That it was anyone's to win.
Yeah, I mean, as big as that's. I mean, when it comes to the G1, I guess you kind of know, but not really, because I honestly did not see Tanahashi winning.
Fun fact: Tanahashi is the first ever to win the G1 Classic and cash in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, and win and win
And win
and win. So, kudos to him to being the man. Still,
the ace.
He's the yes. I'm sorry, we're in Japan. Go Ace! And then I have to play my air guitar like really.
The only man is Becky Lynch.
And I throw my guitar in the air, and I do like one more jump, and I dive. Ace. Ace.
Throws up a J.
It's like it's supposed to be like a, like the extras. Yeah, the other part is like invisible. Yeah, I don't know, but if he always does this, he looks so regal doing it. And I'm like, oh okay, that's supposed to be an A. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be an ace. Like it's an A. Yeah. But yeah, no, the G1 from last year was incredible, and based on the talent that's leaving means the talent that can come in to replace some of the folks in New Japan.
Wrestling in the world right now is insane.
Dude, runner up for second place is PCO. Because PC.
2018.
Dude, PCO in 2018.
He was crazy.
Yeah, that was he's on my list. He's not number one, but PCO I had to put him in there somewhere, so I put him in two.
You don't want him to kill you, do you?
Dude, I love PCO, man. I fucking love Dude, PCO is so dope. Like he just talked like if you just like. Shout out anything you enjoy of it. Like he's just really. I find him to be really personable. Just talking to him on Twitter.
Because you just like him, you used to also be a pirate.
Yes. Well, I like I'm a fan of pirates. So why would I not be a fan of the OG pirate? Okay. Also, I got to see him wrestle in live, and brother, he's a badass, big time. Plus the match he had with Walter. That wasn't last year, but that was what really put me on to PCO for 2018.
Was that the crazy chop match?
Yes. Oh, I love that match. Like, that put PCO on my radar, and then, like, all 2018, I watched wherever he was. Wherever I was like, PCO, could you please come to Chicago? He's like, working it. And then he came to Chicago, and I was there. It only could have been cooler if he had actually had any shirts to sell. But, shout out to PCO in the G1 for my 2. Ooh, 1.
Before I get to number 1, we got a couple honorable mentions.
Okay.
Out there. Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
She's been tearing it up. Velveteen Dream also been tearing it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Naito. Well, more so LIJ in general, because Naito was kind of hush-hush towards the latter part of the year, but LIJ...
If the Ticking Time Bomb didn't take that sick bump, he'd probably still be
like
the ace of Super... the Super Juniors, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They say he might be done. Yo. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really sad if that's the case.
Yeah.
That spot, it's so useless.
It was unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
It was unnecessary.
So unnecessary.
But yeah, other than that. What else really stuck out? Yeah. So my number one, I say, goes to Seth Rollins.
Oh.
Yes, he was in my favorite match of the year.
Name it.
WrestleMania. Triple threat match. IC Championship. Ladder match. Finn Balor.
Was that the kickoff show? Was that the kickoff match of the show?
That was the match that started the show.
That's it started the show, right?
Yeah. When he hopped from the top rope to the ladder, right while Finn Balor was climbing it.
I think I said that was the match of the show after that match was over. That's kind of joking, and I think it ended up being
It was.
the match of the damn night.
That and the
Ronda match. Yeah, because I couldn't remember. I mean, the Shinsuke AJ match was...
Their Money in the Bank match was much better.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to, but I have to concede that. That's... I can't debate that. Yeah. I just can't. Even with the ending, I can't debate that.
Yeah.
But yes, I absolutely agree. Like I was like, this can't be the match of the night. You can't start with that, right? And then they started. Yeah, they did that. They absolutely did that.
Yeah, that was my favorite match of the year. Because it had everything. Literally had everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you had two full-blown baby faces. Or good guys.
Mm-hmm.
And a bad guy that nobody wanted to win.
Yeah.
And it was just good. Storytelling was on point. Like, that was one of the good stories that they had going. That one and Stephanie McMahon with it like this.
Yeah, I mean, it was there.
Yeah, he's been the most consistent. Second favorite match, second favorite performance by him was the Gauntlet match.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Boy, that Gauntlet match on Raw was incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Off the year with a bang.
I mean, his promo where he shits on the McMahons and and tries to restore where he tries to restore balance to the Star Wars wrestling universe by calling out the old gods. Getting my lores mixed up, but whatever.
The Extreme Rules match was amazing. I don't care. Fuck the audience. Yeah, he's just been the most consistent. More than AJ, more than Dolph, more than...
Man, don't... Like, I can't... I like to argue, but I can't. I mean, I could for AJ Styles, but I just don't want to because I've half-heartedly agree with you.
I've probably had way more repetitious matches than Rollins anyway.
See, I would think I thought they both had the same amount. And that's me being objective. It felt like AJ and Seth got constantly put into matches with the same people, or it would be a triple threat with a variation of that same person they had wrestled already.
Well, I literally think AJ's was only two people. Shinsuke Nakamura and Samoa Joe.
Oh, we're talking about for 2018?
Yeah.
Wasn't Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn early before they both went down? Because they both had their surgeries.
They were jumping Daniel Bryan.
They were already past AJ at that point?
Yep.
So that was 2017?
Yep. Daniel Bryan came back this year or last year? I mean, 2017 or 2018?
It was 2018.
Okay, so...
They were Fight for Your Dreams.
They were on Daniel Bryan.
Because Sami Zayn has been gone, 6 months now?
Yeah, since Money in the Bank or Extreme Rules, one of the two.
Oh, yeah, because Sammy and Kevin were on Raw when they both went in so they weren't even... Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and they were doing separate angles, too.
But they came back together on Raw.
Separate angles. Remember, Sami Zayn ended up with Lashley, and Kevin Owens was being destroyed by Braun Strowman.
Right. Kevin Owens tweeted something about, blaming... he's keeping the feud alive as Sami Zayn is his best friend, so he's going to defend him.
Yeah, because he was like, if he had his best friend here with him.
Yeah, which is bless Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Literally, Samoa Joe.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, the feuds he had weren't that...
And Shinsuke.
And both of those should have been A1.
Was that it, though? he had a really.
He's
cool,
had matches. He's had matches for like the belt against other people, but like they weren't programs.
Oh yeah, like that one off against Rusev.
Yeah, like he's had matches. Like he's even when he fought our boy from Los Angeles. When he fought Almas.
Yeah, but that wasn't even for the title.
I know, but I'm just saying that was as close as he got to having a program with CN, which was great and was a fucking cock tease of massive proportions. Like, why would you do that to us? Like, I was ready for that. And then they inserted Daniel Bryan. I was like, oh, they're going that direction. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't do that to you. Like, I really had high hopes for him, AJ doing something with CN. Like, that would have been so dope. Plus, we get to see more Zelina doing, like, heel shit.
Yeah.
That would have been sweet. But, alas, I can only think about it.
So, yeah, those were the only two feuds he had. Ziggler, at least, Rollins, he at least had The Miz, Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, slightly Jinder Mahal, oh boy, we were just talking about Dolph Ziggler.
Mojo Rawley.
His open challenges.
Yeah, the open.
He had
more options. He definitely did more than AJ.
Yeah, so it's like he's just been the more consistent performer. So, my 2018.
That's a good way to end the one. My honorable mentions, Velveteen Dream, because Velveteen Dream go dream and just be him. Every NXT takeover match he's been in has been a 4-star quality match. I mean, what can you really say about Velveteen Dream that if you're really trying to be critical of him, that I don't see anything.
I mean, if we're being critical of him, just out of sheer ignorance, we could say that we don't know what his orientation is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guarantee you, someone finds that uncomfortable still.
Yes, I would tend to agree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing I can think.
Yeah. So that he is honorable mention, and then I had
Lacey Evans.
Shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. You shut it. You shut it up. No, my other honorable mentions are the Chicago promotions around here that I finally started going to. AEW Pro, Freelance Wrestling, GCW Wrestling. I didn't even realize it. I saw Joey Janela and didn't even realize that he was going to be in Chicago before. It was before I was going all in. I was like, holy shit, it's the bad boy. And
How tall is Joey Janela? How tall is he?
He's not that tall. I feel like he's the right height.
I think he's actually shorter. You can double check.
I was about to say, I feel like he's at 5'7", 5'8". I feel like he's around our height. He's not that tall. Because Adam Hangman definitely dwarfed him in that match at All In. Which brings me to my numero uno. All In was fucking credible. It was a party atmosphere from the moment you hit the parking lot. I did joke that it was the black t-shirt convention because everybody was in their Bullet Club gear. I opted to go for the Ric Flair, Balenciaga, Joe Freshgoods look from my man Joe Freshgoods over at Fat Tires. That's what's up. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to be part of the group and just hide mine with my Bullet Club. They knew I was there for them, but I had to go with some Chicago flavor. You haven't seen that shirt?
What shirt?
It's a Ric Flair shirt and it says Balenciaga on it. It's a bootleg.
It's a bootleg what? Wrestling shirt and Balenciaga?
Yes.
So it's 2 bootlegs.
Double D bootleg.
So you owe multiple people money.
Hey man, they ain't gonna. Hey, what they gonna? It's produced already. So it's happening.
Balenciaga and Ric Flair Estates.
Hey.
If you guys need to know the address.
Hey, listen, be cool, bro. Be cool.
At me, the nerd hero.
Hey, be cool, guy. Hey, why are you snitching?
I didn't snitch yet.
Oh, but you in the process, though. You in the process, bruh. I thought we was a team in this. All In was incredible. There was not a bad seat in the house. Where do I even start talking about the talent on this damn card?
You don't.
You don't, because it's like
CM Punk didn't wrestle, so All In doesn't count.
All In counted more because CM Punk didn't wrestle. I got to see Flip Gordon make his way onto the show.
Flip Gordon didn't make it at All In.
Flip Gordon made it to All In.
Nah, it was what was his
last name? His name was Chico.
Chico made it.
Chico. I was in the stadium with my friends.
Did you get your refund back for the for his parking lot party?
No, I didn't make it.
Oh, okay.
And he still had it.
Okay.
They had tents.
Wow.
Yeah, they were prepared for the rain. They had it in tents. I didn't get a chance to buy a ticket because I paid all my bills in time, but they had sold out. So
gotcha.
Yeah, okay. I didn't make it to the party. He did have it. They had tents. He was doing. Flip Gordon's so damn slick. He was so like, I'm not gonna be there.
He called it the all out party.
All out party. Literally. Yeah. Man, dude was there in his suit, like doing like just breakdancing because he was like he knew he wasn't gonna be there. And I shit you not, I'm sitting with my friends we're watching the Rumble, and I'm like, Chico gets fucked up by Bully right through a table. I'm like, Chico, no! This is like, follow Chico on Twitter. Fucking hilarious follow, because Chico is a Rocky Romero character. He's from New Japan. So Chico goes to the table, and I'm like, that don't look like
Rocky Romero.
That don't look like Rocky Romero. But and he stays dead.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like Jordan Grace is fucking lifting the shit out of the fucking Swolverine, which was another awesome moment.
Didn't she sign with Impact now?
She is part of Impact. Go her. She's also one of my favorite wrestlers to watch. Women to wrestle. Brian Cage was there doing his thing. Billy Gunn and his son were hanging out, by the way.
Okay, so how swole is Brian Cage?
I was sitting in the level 200. So the stadium actually is not big. It's like literally there was not a bad seat in the house. Like everybody had a solid angle of all parts of the ring and the stage. If you just sat in the front row, it's just like you were basically like there and like in the damn near like you were in the ring with him. Especially if you sat where Chico got thrown to a table. Like that was, dude. If you were sitting in that corner area, you probably got wood splinters from like that table splintering when Bully put you through it. Because this place sold like that's how fast it sold out because the theater, that stadium was not that big.
It only seats 12,000.
Yeah, and when you get to the building, it actually looks like the size of UIC Flames.
What, the pavilion?
There's the pavilion. Looks about the size of the pavilion. I'm like, is that Flip? I was like, please let it be Flip. And I'm like, I'm praying. I'm like holding it. I'm like, guys, let it be Flip. And then Flip does the thing, and he gets the title shot against Black Machismo.
We all thought that Bully won.
And it wasn't.
I heard people were booing.
No,
booing when they thought.
Yes, they were.
Bully won.
Yes, they were, including me. But then I was like, Chico isn't out! I'm like yelling, Chico isn't out! Chico is still in the ring! Like, when Bully threw out the last dude, I was like, Chico never went over the top rope! He's just dead! Somebody wake up Chico! And then Chico comes in and like tosses Bully over and is like, please be Flip! And it was Flip! And it was like, damn! And the crowd, like, that was the first of many times the crowd lost its shit. Like, I had no voice when I came back from All In. So, the Kenny Omega Penta match, fucking incredible. And then Chris Jericho shows up dressed as Penta. It was like...
No, it was Penta wearing Chris Jericho. You gotta stop sending people off with your lies.
So you telling me Chris Jericho wrestled the match the entire time in Penta?
Why do you think it was so good?
Shut up. That's Penta. Because that's Penta El Cero Miedo fucking doing that work against Kenny Omega. Like, a match I never thought I would have seen that quickly. Like Kenny Omega he's peaking. Like, he's there. Like, I feel like Penta is still rising. Like, he's still getting better and better and better. And I don't think we've seen like
his
best work yet. We got that match at All In. We got to see what that possibly could be like in 2 years when they're like fighting at WWE or AEW, wherever they wanted. Because honestly, whenever Penta decides to go after Lucha, whew. Listen, secure the bag, Penta. Secure the bag, brother. But that match was a banger. The 6-man match with Bandito and the Young Bucks was a banger. Cody winning the NWA title, phenomenal. Like everything about All In was good, solid storytelling, especially if you followed Being the Elite. They literally did a wrestling show and a YouTube series, and every story made sense. Everything led up to, like, the biggest reveal of the night was famous dick wrestler Joey Ryan coming out with penis druids. With fucking dick druids. Like, the crowd popped heavily because if you were watching Being the Elite, you knew that he got murdered. And you were just waiting for him to come back, and then he came back. And it was like, ah! Even though I actually met the ghost of Joey Ryan.
Ryan's dick.
Yeah, I met the ghost of Joey Ryan before All In.
His dick or just Joey Ryan?
The ghost of Joey Ryan. Like, I bought a shirt from him, the ghost of Joey Ryan. Before All
Not his dick, just the ghost?
Just Joe, just the ghost. Didn't meet the dick.
That's not impressive.
Well,
Anyone can meet a greasy...
No, sleazy...
Sleazy, greasy, swarmy man.
But it takes a different type of person to actually meet the dick of Joey Ryan.
Just grab it.
I wasn't ready for that. I didn't feel like I deserved it. I didn't feel like I can handle such power.
Wow.
Have you seen people get dick flipped?
Yeah.
I have a pin where he dick flipped somebody on the pin.
That's cool.
I don't want to be that guy.
You can't take a flip from a dick. What makes you think you beat Brock Lesnar?
You keep trying to beat Brock Lesnar, not me. Stop. You keep trying to make this about me fighting Brock Lesnar. I am not fighting Brock Lesnar. You're not gonna get me in some weird Looney Tunes trick. It's just not gonna happen. It's like, you may try every episode, but god damn it, it ain't working.
Yeah, we'll see.
Alright.
Just make a phone call real quick.
That's my number one though. I have yet to travel out of state for wrestling, but double or nothing happening in Vegas means that maybe I finally make that sojourn. I want to continue to be a part of this ride with the Young Bucks and Cody and what they do with AEW. And yeah, like for all the rough stuff in wrestling, there was so much good, and it was really fun to talk about it and look forward to this year. Let's close out. Final thoughts about what you want from wrestling, just personally. Yeah, what do you want from wrestling? What do you want to see from wrestling this year?
I want the New Day to win the world title, and I think it's gonna happen this year. Probably around SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Survivor Series. I want to see Asuka be dominant.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Lashley versus Lesnar.
Lashley. I can't do a good Leon Rush voice. And I have a high-pitched voice. I don't understand why I'm not doing it, bro. I'm sorry. Nothing for me.
No. I want Andrade Cien Almas to win something. Like actually be a part of something, not just one-off matches with randos. I mean, they're all good matches, but as an LIJ fan, I feel as though I'm being robbed whenever I see him on TV. He doesn't do anything.
Dang.
So
gotcha.
Fix your shit, WWE. I also expect Naito to become IWGP Heavyweight Champion again this year. I
love that thought.
I believe that Will Ospreay will either go to AEW or WWE. And I just want I want people to treat Shinsuke better. And that's where I aim my wants.
Treat Shinsuke better. I feel that with all my heart. What I'm hoping for 2019 is for wrestling to continue to be as accessible as it's become, and for people to be a little more positive about what we see. Like the folks I think for us in this show, we try not to just shit on the people who wrestle. That's not what we do. That's not what we want to do. We may joke about it. That's different. We like to be funny. But we really respect everybody who goes out there and does and puts their life, their well-being at risk to entertain us. And how about we lighten up a little bit in 2019 about wrestling?
You hear that, internet wrestling community?
Let's just do that. That's the only thing, because honestly, we're gonna get some wild matches. Like
y'all tried to order a tampon. That was fake.
That was fake, like, bro.
Come on.
Like it ain't that. It's never that serious.
Ever.
It's never that serious. And for people who think it's that serious, they grew up in that's a whole different podcast for a different time of day. But let people be happy. Let people enjoy their wrestling. There's a form and brand and style of wrestling for every type of mark out there. You just gotta go out and find it.
Yeah, leave Jim Cornette alone.
Please don't rustle him. Please. I don't. Please. Like, I had to stop listening to his podcast because people kept just sending him random wrestling things. Like, sometimes it gets tiring hearing him ramble about the same things about how nobody knows how to wrestle. It's like, well, okay, Jim.
Or
you get in there and retrain them all. You get in there and get out there and Randy Crotion.
So you can blow his quads again?
Yeah, right? It's like you get in there and you go back in somewhere and write a script for something if it's that bad.
Did you hear the story of how he blew his quads on the scaffolds?
Yeah, I've seen that match. I've watched that match multiple times just to see him fall. Like,
no one falls like that.
But also, that pay-per-view, low key, is pretty good. Very underrated WWE pay-per-view. But, yeah, let's just be more positive. And honestly, if there was one thing I do want to see, it's the New Day get a real run with a title that's not a tag team title. Because they're just that damn good. Let them prove it. In 2019, I want a heel New Day. Bring back heel New Day. Bring back heel New Day.
How?
How? What do you mean how?
How you gonna turn them heel? How you gonna make them bad guys? All you gonna say go boo them?
Dude, all three of them are master roasters.
Yeah.
As a roaster yourself, it's easy to get people to get their shit in a tizzy and be mad at you. You just gotta know how to ruffle the feathers right. Come on.
Not three people though. Nah. Remember they were so good at.
Yeah, I mean, yes, they got so good at it that people like them, but also they still...
How can they turn it, is what I'm asking you.
By not throwing pancakes at people?
No, they could actually throw pancakes at people.
By literally just slapping the shit on you with pancakes? Yeah, pancake power, bitch. Just Slink. It's like, oh, you want a pancake? Thwack. So, yeah, see, you just...
an audience plant in there.
Yeah, just have him get slapped. Yeah,
shit out
smack the shit out with a pancake. Like, if we can get Braun Strowman to have a tag team partner as a little kid, we can get some people get smacked in the face with pancakes.
Oh, we can also get fuck Mania. Braun Strowman also was a heel for 3 weeks.
Listen, we're no longer dwelling. Forward, pal. Always forward, pal. Okay. We're moving forward. God damn it, plans have changed. Moving forward. Alright?
You know how the business is thinking when you got Chris Jericho at the top.
Bro. See, that's the thing. The business isn't sinking.
No, that was
I know.
Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon, right? That's the wild part. Even the old people like Chris and PCO
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle.
Shawn Michaels came back
For a minute though, he didn't look his like.
He looked better than everyone else in that match.
God, shit, you don't have to serve so long. Fuck. God damn, you don't have to be so long. Triple H may hear this shit. Fuck that. Sure. We may want to ask him a question or two one day. Relax. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, he was. Yeah, everybody was just kind of there. It's no big deal.
Old people wrestling.
But old, young, new, been watching for 20 years, man, woman, in between. Just live your life and enjoy wrestling. That's all I really want out of 2019 is to everybody be safe and just enjoy this. Rest in peace to our boy, Mean Gene. I feel like we didn't talk about. Did we? I don't think we talked about him at the top. We
mentioned him.
We mentioned, yeah. But rest in peace to Mean Gene Okerlund. The voice of my childhood.
Yeah, and I'm upset that they're never going to bring back one of my favorite shows because no one else can host it.
Yeah,
I can't remember the name of it though.
No, we both. No, it's Legends of Wrestling. Legends of Wrestling
Yeah.
with Mean Gene doing those roundtables, man, with those old dudes and their cigars. It felt right. Like it's like okay, I get to do this. I can do this. I definitely have gained a bigger respect and appreciation for wrestling watching that show, and it's because Gene Okerlund was at the helm, like really like guiding these guys to tell some solid stories. So like every Mean Gene thing, like Gene Okerlund was like cool. Like I had the Mean Gene, like it was the WWF microphone,
the little tiny thin one.
Mm-hmm. Where it had the sound. Yeah, that was legit. Being a kid, sometimes you miss some of the cool stuff you had, and you realize, because as an adult, you realize how cool it was. Like you didn't appreciate it enough because you were a kid, just like it was a toy. But like as an adult, you're like, fuck, that was a dope ass iconic little BWE logo with like Mean Gene making sounds. Like
Was it the blue one? I mean the.
It was like the actual like.
No. I'm talking about the logo.
It was the gold and silver like. With that, but like it kind of like that blue,
it was boxy,
that boxy,
right?
that blue.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was actually like letters.
Mm-hmm. And not the scratch off shit that you saw like in a prison.
There's a funny rumor about how the actual W, the cool W, came about for the Attitude Era, yo.
Yeah, you read the Bruce Pritchard story.
Yeah.
I don't want to believe that's real.
Right.
I just can't believe that it was just like that's an absurd story. Like, just what if we did this? Like, come on, that's gotta be like a rib, right? That's gotta be like the ribs you hear about. They talk about ribs all the time. That's gotta be a fucking rib. But then wrestling has this way of fucking with your mind and like, nope, that's real. That's exactly how that happened. And I feel like this is that. this is that. And many times we say that ain't it. Apparently, this is it.
Yep.
That was that. That was a thing. So, all right. I have hit the mat. Somebody's going to the top rope for a splash. I am probably gonna try to grab the ropes, or get out the ring before they hit me, and then run away. I'm not getting counted out. I'm not getting pinned.
What are you talking about?
It's the end of the show.
In life?
No, it's the end of the show.
It's the end of this show?
Yeah.
But do they know that?
They do now. But I didn't get pinned, so how do we...
Just stop it.
Just stop it? Just right there, like...
Just
and the winner is...